signed the ship.
Yeah, he did.
That's really cool.
These are worth a lot of money, baby.
You never wear them. For finals, leave them in your house.
For finals, I will. But see, I was gonna order a pair because Sarana signed these.
Yeah, I think you just order another
That's
pair.
what I was thinking.
I think you
Like,
put those in like a glass box and like order another pair.
the problem is I wore them because they made me.
Which is fine. I mean, that's
Like,
fine.
Put those on right now. We're taking photos.
Yeah.
But I think they would sell more if they smell like my stinky feet, right?
All right, anyway.
What is going on, everybody? Rogers Base here, and welcome to the Japan Time podcast for September 16th, 2024. I am your host, as always, Roger, and I am joined by the one, the only, Mr. Shofu. What is going on, Shofu? How are you this week?
What is diggity dang do, man? I'm just chilling this shit, man.
Just chilling. You been playing anything good recently this past week?
Nope.
Nothing. Nothing at all? Well, how about Aru? Aru, were you playing anything good this week?
Can you repeat the question?
Were you playing anything good this week?
I played Love in Deep Space.
What is that?
Oh, they don't know.
It's that dating sim I got Reagan to download.
Oh, it's like the AI one?
Yeah, the one I got Reagan to download, and we've been talking about Silas.
Oh, I didn't know what that game was. I thought she was playing. She was playing. Last time I checked, it was called like. Oh man, what's the name of it? It's something. I gotta look the thing up. It's like a visual novel game for Switch, where it's like an Otome game.
Oh,
what is
can you
the
send that to me? Because I have like 4 Otome games on my Switch.
Yeah,
I just
I'll
haven't
send you
played
that
them
one,
yet.
too. It's
Thank
like
you.
hate. It's like Hate and Love or something, but it's like Hate X
Oh,
Love.
I love that. I
hell
love
no.
that.
Hell
It
no.
sounds good already. It sounds good already.
It looked pretty good,
No.
to be fair. From what? No, it's called Collar Cross Malice is the name of it.
I think I think
Oh.
I bought it. I just haven't played it yet.
So literally, for those of you who are
So-
listening right now to the show, before Zeph tries leaking Switch 2 information,
I'm
I was
not
just
doing
gonna
that
say
yet.
I was going to say very briefly what Collar Cross Malice is it's an Otome game where apparently you date this dude who's a police officer.
Yeah.
That puts a
Awesome,
collar
dude.
on your neck, and that if you commit a terrorist act, he blows you up.
Something like that.
Okay, so I have a question that is actually related to this.
Go ahead, Zeph. Go ahead,
The
Zeph.
lover.
So every woman I've dated and had in my life, and it seems to be a trend now that you're saying this. Why do y'all just like reading smut?
Okay,
Zeph
now
said,
hold
"Why
on.
do you like reading smut?" Go ahead and talk.
Every
It's
single
not-
it's just
Oh,
romance
I'm so sorry.
books
Are you
with
telling me you
women
don't
with
read
collars
anything
and
at all? How boring are
Wait,
you?
I can't hear you. Hold on, wait. Put the headphones on.
No, we can
Zeph
hear.
said, "Why do you like reading smut?"
I said, how boring are you? You don't read smut?
But it queen.
but like it's like the only thing
That
I
doesn't
see.
answer the question whatsoever.
Every
Why
book
do
for
I like
women
it?
is like
Why do you
50 Shades
not?
of Grey. There's either a vampire or a werewolf.
It's that
or
book
a-
where the fairies are fucking that every girl
Wait,
that I
hold
ever
on,
know
but
talks about.
vampires-
Don't
hold
even get
on,
me
hold on.
started on the book where the fairies are fucking. Don't get me
There's
started
no
on
way
that one.
you're
Wait, but
talking about-
vampires and werewolves aren't inherently smut.
What the fuck?
But it always is attached to it.
Not really, no.
Huh?
Well,
Because
werewolf.
would you
but-
say like biting a girl's neck is smut? No, that's not smut.
Is that not sexually suggestive?
That's
It's
That's
but you're
fluff.
but you're reading it
we're
for.
talking about
What kind of
fluff.
church propaganda is this?
Yeah, thank you, Reagan. That's
Genuinely,
fluff.
like, how are you even able to talk right now after your surgery?
It's really hard.
I mean, but it's like you actually
Why
sound.
are you?
good.
You're making her speak
I'm
after
amazed.
surgery?
Yeah, bro, she's
Well, you
raw,
guys are
dude. Let her do
accusing us
it.
of being smutty. We have to
Look,
defend
look,
ourselves.
I heard
are
Roger
being smutty.
butchering Collar X Malice from the other room, and I said, you can't do
Called
these.
Cross Malice. It's not
Cross malice?
There was a whole thing. It's going to be on the show. There's a whole thing where PlayStation said that the X button is technically the cross button now, and it's like how Hunter x Hunter.
It is a,
Game.
I know Hunter x
is it
Hunter.
a Switch exclusive? Do we have to cover it?
We have to cover my boyfriends, yes. Yes,
I would love to do that. I love the theme of this episode.
That's another thing. See, they all have book boyfriends. Like, I need to.
Zep, it's
we gotta.
fucked up, bro.
Sick.
Yo, Aru, do you have a book boyfriend?
See, dude.
I have many book boyfriends.
All I'm hearing is that boys are boring.
No,
That's
we're
what
not.
I'm
It's just
saying.
freaky, bro.
This show
It's
sucks.
freaky.
I think that's the fastest I've ever
They
seen.
could never be Silas. They
home.
Silas.
They could never be Silas, Aru.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I love
can't
Silas so much.
Silas is the guy from the phone game.
Yeah, that's from the phone.
That's from the phone game that she was recommending. Okay.
Yeah. That's different.
Oh, but she's coming. Don't worry.
I'll never
Relax,
get that
Toby.
time back.
Oh, I appreciate it. You're
I'll
all
never
good.
get it back.
You're all good.
Anyways, I'm not dating a police officer.
I thought it was a police officer. I didn't know it was a terrorist.
Yeah, that was crazy to accuse people.
I mean,
of
I
doing.
knew it was.
Shooting the terrorists.
No, I know you're not dating the terrorist. That's fair.
You're basically
Whoa,
trying
what?
to make sure that the whole world
Wait,
doesn't
can
be
you-
destroyed.
Aru's dating the
Can you ask
terrorist.
Reagan?
Oh,
Can
Aru
you
said
ask-
she's dating the terrorist.
Can you ask Reagan if it's enemies
What
to
route is she
lovers?
on?
She said, "What route are you
What
on?"
route are you on?
I don't remember because I didn't download it, but I read it and I bought it and I have it on
I
my
was like,
store.
you
I just
can't
haven't
date the
downloaded it.
terrorist in one of your. You have to. Oh, you got to do 3 routes first, and none of them are the terrorist.
Oh, but I love enemies to lovers. That's my
So
favorite.
I have a question. Is there like a golden rule where like girls can read smut, but if like the guy reads that and they're
The guy
dating
can
someone,
read
it's
smut.
weird?
No,
Guys can too,
because
but
of
the
this-
difference is
no,
you're probably
No, you
playing
know
the
that
wrong
rule
dating
exists. You
game.
know that rule exists, and
Hold
they're all
on,
gonna
there's-
deny it.
No.
They're all gonna say it doesn't exist, but that rule exists.
No, the
Should
thing-
run an ad?
No, it does not exist, Tito. When you're in a
It
relationship
rules
with somebody,
doesn't.
you make your own rules, all right? And you agree
Talk
to
to
them.
him.
That's exactly
Talk to
right.
them.
You can't ask a
For
broad ass
example-
question. Every relationship is different. Now, what the fuck is going on in here?
Now I'm trying to just
I
do
play-
anything to move this subject because this show sucks.
No, but this is an important thing because like I played Kato a Shoujo, which is like disabled girls. You
Gesundheit.
played that game? No, it's a good game. Chat. This is a real game. I promise. This is a real game. It's a good game where you play. That's what it directly relates to. It's called Disabled Girls, and there's like a blind girl, a girl with no arms, a girl with no legs.
What the
There's like a burn
motherfuck is
victim.
going on
I
in
know.
here?
I'm telling you, I swear, people who know the game know what I'm talking about. Katawa Shoujo. I swear to God, look it up. It's a
Isn't that wait? That's the game with the disabled
So
girls. One has no legs.
Fetishizing-
That's
It sounds
the one.
like
Yeah,
we're
one has no
fetishizing
legs.
Disabled
That's
people.
what
One is blind.
Yeah.
The one. She's a timid
Yeah, yeah.
girl. Yeah, there's no mistaking. Out the oven, something, something. Yeah, you know that she's baking. It is
Is
Lily.
that the song of the
Excuse
game?
me?
It is Lily.
Is that
That's
the
like
game
the-
Wait,
theme
can
song?
I-
That's the song.
Can
yeah.
I say
It's the song from the
something?
game.
This
Yeah.
is important.
There's a mute girl.
There's a
I
mute
feel
girl.
like
Mute.
Oh, mute girl. There is a mute girl.
I think there's a
I
burned
feel
girl.
like
The burn girl
shoujo
is Hanako.
shoujo smut is so different than like ichi. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. No, I know. It's like male versus female gaze.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like male
Ichi,
gaze
you know?
like
It's
perverted.
like anime
shit
girls
is,
in
like, very-
swimsuits,
I think
softcore
he's
porn.
the main character in Bleach.
It's very objectifying towards women, whereas shoujo smut is all like on an emotional level. You know?
Yeah.
Roger knows a lot about male gaze.
Also, you can
the hell
tell
does that
when
mean, bro?
typically you can tell when a woman mangaka draws a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can tell
Yeah.
the difference
All right.
between a
Why
woman
gets this
mangaka and a
excited
male
about
mangaka.
Well, what do you mean? I know a lot about the male gaze. Are you
You
saying
just
that
know-
people are looking at my ass as I'm walking down the street?
Yo, what's
Is that
happening
what
right
you're
now?
saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're, well,
I
I don't
quit.
know, bro.
I
You-
can
that was very
confirm Fidel
specific.
has stared at your ass when we've been at Disney.
No,
See, I don't like this. Why are you doing
No, I
this?
haven't. No.
What the fuck is
Yes,
happening?
you have.
No,
yes, you
Roger
have.
has the male gaze. I don't do that.
God.
I'm good. I'm chilling. Occasionally, I'm playing with my Himiko's
Whoa.
and Lisa's and stuff, but that's
Wait,
fine.
Roger can't have the male gaze because he's a cleric. So that's just not true.
That's factually correct as well. Thank you very much.
Mm.
By the way, hello, Games Cage. Welcome, Fidel.
Hold on,
Hello,
my
what's
mom's
going on?
calling me. I'll be back.
Fantastic. Your mom probably found your stash. So, Fidel, what I want to say.
Yes, sir. What do
What
we
I
got?
was
What do we
gonna
got?
say, I just need to address this. So
Yeah.
before the show, we were talking about this. We were
Okay.
saying about how I had made a video about how I was opening up some Legos, and then people saw that video and thought for some reason that meant I was going to like a Switch 2 preview event in a couple days.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, this
so?
is crazy. So then
You
I
do,
said,
you know.
I'm not going to a Switch 2 preview event. In
He
the
is,
words
he
of
is.
Nintendo, I promise I'm not.
He's lying.
Please note there will be
He
no
showed me.
discussion of the Nintendo Switch successor on the next. But what
I'm back.
but what I was gonna say is that in that thread where I went in after like Reddit and My Nintendo News and stuff were talking about this, and I said, hey, look, like that's not the case. I'm not going to any Switch 2 event or whatever. Like that's not
Immediately
what this was.
after he DM'd me and was like, yo, I just lied to the public.
You cut this out.
hell no.
No, what I was gonna say is in this thread, in this discussion thread, someone literally said, hey, safe travels, Roger. Hope everything goes well. And by the way, are you gonna roast Fidel on tonight's episode of Japan Time? Yeah. And I was like, why would I roast Fidel? What has he said or done that's gonna get people upset?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, and you could correct the record here, but apparently you defended the price of the PS5 Pro.
You did not.
No,
bro.
I fucking didn't.
So what are they referring to then? What is this thing that they're referring to?
It's probably someone in my community making a joke. I have shat on the PS5.
So we get a few subscribers, and now it's okay to just charge $1,000 for a
Can I-
console.
Making
for
money,
them.
and you're going, you know what?
Can
I have enough money.
Money.
I also like that we immediately.
Yo.
I said Fidel defended the PS5 Pro. Immediately, we dropped 25 viewers. Immediately, it was within seconds.
Can I ask a controversial question?
Let's hear it.
Wait, we haven't even introduced
is
everyone
there-
first. Wait a minute.
Well,
If it's about the PS5 Pro, I think we should come back to it.
Wait. I know you're not doing this to me. First off, lest I remind you, I am to the show. I will introduce everyone as I so choose
All right.
and when I please.
All right.
So we will get
fuck?
the
Talk
introductions.
to him.
But I
Okay.
want to hear
His
this last thing,
ass.
and then I
Let
will
him
introduce
know.
you, McDareth.
All right.
I will introduce
We
you.
should
But I
unionize.
want to give a nice
Yeah.
introduction, remove them from the Otome game thing. But now we're in it. So now you got to tell me what's your favorite Sonic dating sim, McDareth. Go.
I have
What
never
the
played
fuck?
this like dating sim, so
Guess what? I know that's why. That's
bullshit.
The other
That's
day,
bullshit.
bro.
Not cap because I
He's
don't play
lying.
dating
Bullshit.
sims.
He's
Yeah.
lying.
I actually
He's
do
lying.
not play dating sims,
He's
period.
lying.
And I
Yeah.
sure as fuck am not playing a
Yeah.
Sonic.
Bullshit. That boy be reading Sonic Smut.
They
That's
got
Smut-
Roger-
that's
Roger.
Smut the
Roger.
Hedgehog.
Cap.
I need someone to draw Roger at the gallows, like Gold Roger.
Why?
Wisdom
What do you
Healing
Because
Protocol.
all you have all your
Wisdom can
leaks.
literally draw it.
Okay, Zeph.
All
you
your
give
leaks
me
are
a
hidden
reference,
away.
I'll do it.
Oh my God.
Wisdom
you
Heal
just
is
gotta
in the
find them
call.
first.
Yeah.
My
you're
leaks,
fine.
my Switch 2 leaks have been hidden away. You just have to find it. Now onto
Wait.
the great age of Puro.
No, we need to start the new Nintendo era.
The new
I
Nintendo
ask
era.
something?
Exactly. What's up?
Yes.
Is Jeff Keighley paid off by Sony? Is there proof of that?
That boy doing
I'm
tricks
sure he's
on
been
it.
paid off.
No, he's
Dude.
not being paid off. He's an old man using Twitter.
Well, technically, I mean, no, that's not true. Technically, Sony has paid him, but it's not
he's-
to
he's
defend
received
PS5
money from
Pro.
a lot
But
of
he's
people.
he's received money because isn't it like $100,000 or something to get a spot on
It's
the
just
Game
how the
Awards?
business is. Yeah.
I think his account is used by other people. I don't think he's the only one that runs his account. I think
No,
when
because
those
he's working with that hardware
You're
company.
making a lot of assumptions, buddy.
No, but I'm saying like, yeah, he uses it, but I think he has someone use it too, because some of the tweets are very
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure he has like a
generic news.
like a marketer or whatever, PR person.
Because there are times where he tweets like a thing the second the news bit comes out, and I think that's just like his marketing team also using his account.
Or
So then
he
why
could
was
just
he
have
defending
insider
the
news and be
PS5
ready
Pro?
to post.
He wasn't.
I thought he was, and like
What did
hyping
he
it up
say?
and talking about it. Like his whole feed was like full of just the PS5 Pro stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he was defending it. He was just posting about it a shit ton. So people
Again, he's
making
a
fun of
new.
him.
He half his account is a news account, so he kept posting.
Also, it
stuff,
gets
and again-
interactions, right? Isn't that's like important
100%.
now on Twitter?
But I
So are
think it's
people
like half
people
his
just
shit.
needlessly shitting on him?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
people do that because
okay.
he's a dork.
Oh, also, I think it's like he's successful, and so people like being angry at people who are successful.
Also,
That's the case.
I'm in the boat where I'm also just kind of tired of seeing him he's in every gaming
He's
event now.
everywhere. That's true.
So it's just like it's just a natural thing that happens.
I don't mind him though. I think
he's never done
nice.
anything wrong as far as I can tell. He's
No.
just a dude.
He's a nice guy.
And he actually has roots in like he didn't just come up out of nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
All I know is the first time I ever met him was 2000 and I want to say it was 2018. What was the year? No, it wasn't 2018 because that was Smash Ultimate. It's 2017. And I was going to the after party that they had that was at the Marriott that's next to where they always have the Game Awards. And we walked up the elevator, and it was me and a couple other people, and we're walking up the elevator, and Geoff Keighley, no joke, was like, first off, he was super drunk, but it wasn't in like a bad way. It was just, he was really drunk, and he was like laughing and also kind of crying, and Kojima walked by, and he literally like slapped him on the shoulder, and he goes, "There's my buddy, there's my buddy." And I thought, you know what, I like this dude. I like Geoff Keighley, just from that one little interaction. So, shout out to Geoff Keighley.
I still like
Anyway.
the Reggie's interaction better.
Oh, the Reggie interaction is incredible. Where we bought him the drinks over at Katsuya, that was
No, the
quite good.
cake.
Oh no, that's E3. That's the different story. The Reggie interaction was at E3, the same E3 where like Kanye tried pitching his game to Miyamoto, and
That
like
was
where
crazy.
Nintendo's big games were Amiibo Festival, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and Metroid Federation Force Blast Ball. That is a whole different. I should really do that as like a story time video at some point.
You
But-
need to. I was crying laughing.
Oh, it's so funny. But someone else who's also very funny and who has lots of stories to tell about his subathon is Coast. What's going on, Coast?
Yo.
Okay, no, hey, Nintendo gamers. How you doing?
No, it's because he ate
Chillin'.
that sub.
You ate a sub? Wait, so what sub? What did you
Wait,
eat?
do you not know?
I saw you eat the Dua Lipa ice cream, but I didn't know you ate a sub.
What?
He ate one of his subs? What the fuck?
What flavor is the Dua Lipa ice cream?
He ate a tuna meatball sub with a bunch of shit on it.
Tuna meatball sub.
Were the meatballs
Yeah.
made of tuna?
No,
Or was it
raw?
tuna and meatball?
so like the top half of the sub was cold and the bottom half was hot.
Ew.
Oh, that's disgusting, actually.
Yeah, I think he had like olives on it or something and other shit. I don't know.
Well, to answer Tito's question, the Dua Lipa
nasty
ice cream, it's olive oil and vanilla, isn't it? But it looked good.
That
And
sounds
it's
like
kind
a
of
bust.
sounded good, to be fair. It's like a little bit of savory and a little bit of sweet. That doesn't sound too bad.
Right.
Did you like it?
I just said it's I.
Oh, it's all right. You were just quiet. I just want to make sure you're involved in the conversation. We love having you here, obviously. You're a cornerstone of the show. And so I just wanted
Get
to...
off my dick.
He's mad because he's playing Pokemon Scarlet.
Facts, actually.
Wait, why are you playing Pokemon Scarlet?
That's what I
Can't
said.
play, I
That's
can't
what
play
I
a
said.
game? I can't play a game?
No,
No,
you can. I'm
not-
just curious
no.
what made you...
Not
made
in
you...
September
I can't play it.
2024, bro.
I can't play a video game, man.
No.
Speaking of
Yeah,
someone who
no.
never plays video games, we got Tito. What's going on, Tito?
I do play video games. I played a lot of video games recently, actually, which we will talk
Name
about.
two. Name two right now.
I played Final Fantasy 14 online. The
One that's not Final Fantasy.
I played Astro Bot.
Same. Same.
Yo, I played Astro
Astro
Bot.
Bot and Dragon Ball.
I played fucking Balatro. I played a shit ton of Balatro lately.
It's good to hear. Okay. What do you think of Balatro?
That's a good ass game. If you need something, it's coming out on mobile. So if you've never played before, just wait till it comes out on mobile. That's a mobile ass game. But you can play it on PC if you want. If you like roguelikes, I am the roguelike connoisseur. So
Name 23 roguelikes right now.
okay, let's see. I might have that on my Steam. Let's look.
Hades, Peglin, Balatro.
Okay,
Name
so
223 roguelikes. Sorry.
it's over. All right, I lost. I can name 11.
Rogue
sure, at
Legacy,
least
It's not
Rogue
even
Legacy
23,
2.
bro.
No, sorry. I own 11, but I could probably name like 20. But that's probably it.
What are you considering the roguelike? Just anything where...
Let's see. In this category, I have Balatro, Cult of the Lamb, both Darkest Dungeons, Hades, Have a Nice Death, Inscription, Slay the Spire, Vampire Survivor, Deathloop. You could also count the God of War DLC for some reason.
Risk of Rain, Enter the Gungeon.
Risk of Rain, you could count
love
as well.
Risk of
obviously.
Rain.
Dead Cells,
Dead
Below,
Cells.
Hades. Did you say Hades?
Yeah, I said both Hades.
Hey, you
Returnal.
know another roguelike?
Eternal. What's up?
You know another roguelike?
What's up?
Which one?
Hyper Light Breaker coming
yes,
later this
sir!
year for early access.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering because I thought it was
Make sure
summer,
to
but
wish list.
I guess I got delayed.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're still
by the way-
projected for this year.
The voice you're hearing right now is, of course, our resident gentleman. We've got Viram. What is up, Viram? Congratulations on the announcement.
Good evening, everybody.
And what else is going on with you, buddy?
Well, I mean, it's 2:27 a.m. I'm a bit discombobulated, especially after the initial opening to the show. But I've had a great weekend. It's
That's
been.
what we like to
I
hear.
came back from Paris from UFA 2024.
Okay.
Indulging in a load of Grand Blue action. Saw a load of my old friends from the FGC and the Smash community. It was a good time.
What games were present at UFA?
Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, Smash Ultimate, Grand Blue, KOF, Under Night, and Dragon Ball Fighters, and Melty, I think. And
they
there was
have
also a Beyblade side tournament.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Did you participate in this Beyblade side tournament?
I did not. But I watched little bits and pieces of it, and it was cool.
Right on. Well, someone else who's cool is our special guest this week. We got Wisdomil joining us. What's up, Wisdomil? Wisdomil, many of you might recognize from animating some of those Japan Time shorts. So thank you for joining us. Also, you were with us during some of those Final Fantasy streams and conversations. So welcome. Also, weren't you on China Time last week?
I was.
You've been making the rounds,
2 weeks
man.
ago.
Fantastic.
And
2
Wisdom
weeks
also
ago.
did the art
Was
for the
that 2
poster
weeks ago?
that is on sale at Space.
I think.
That
I think
also
it was a
reminds
week
me, Tito, who's hosting? I'm not hosting. Excuse me, I'm hosting the show. Excuse me. Hello. Who is our sponsor for this week? Tito?
I'm glad you asked, Rogers Base. Shofu, play that video.
What the
Oh,
hell,
brother.
I
man?
DM'd you, man.
Oh, brother.
Oh, you didn't have it queued up
The
already?
shepherd of the star, scion of the
Directly
seventh
after me and
dawn,
Tito died in this boss
the
fight.
warrior of
All right, let's see
light.
this.
Bro, you.
These are titles bestowed upon the greatest heroes of Eorzea, whose sole mission is to protect and serve the star they call home. Only those who answer this noble and selfless call shall hear the voice of the Mother Crystal and become her chosen champions. But who cares about those nerds? Let me introduce you to the real Eorzea OGs. A test of your Tito, Warchamp 7, Viram, and Mike. Together they are the Light Party. Each week, they discuss a specific topic regarding Final Fantasy XIV. Which job has the best glamour? Which dungeon is the worst? Why does Blue Mage even exist? All of these questions and more will be answered. So while you dorks are out there helping the people of Eorzea, the Light Party is here stacking gil like a fishing trip. The Light Party podcast launches September 10th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with new episodes every Tuesday. The Light Party podcast. Saving the star, whether you want them to or not.
Episode 1 is already out of the Light Party podcast. I'm never going to talk unless prompted about Final Fantasy XIV again. I will contribute to this show being streamlined in some way. Vera, myself, Warchamp, and Mike, every Tuesday, 11 a.m. EST for your reset. Available on Spotify and YouTube. First episode's out already, where we just kind of do a kind of general episode. Specifically, the question was, is Final Fantasy XIV actually a good game? And this week, we are talking about Dawn Trail. So, yeah.
So I am
All right,
curious, how did you get Mike? I'm like shocked that you got
It's
Mike.
different mic.
It's a different
Oh,
mic.
it's a different mic. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was our mic. I'm
No,
like,
not
how
our
is that
mic.
even
Not
possible?
our Rocket Station mic.
He left. He
It's
wasn't
a
able to
different
do it, and then now he's on this Final Fantasy podcast. I'm like, what's happening here?
No, different mic.
Gotcha.
Other people
Okay.
are named Mike.
I would like to point out for any other people who want to sponsor us. As you can tell by the trailer, we were a week behind on showing that.
Yeah,
release,
I know.
so we're great at delivering on deadlines.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, HelloFresh, we're waiting for you any minute now.
I
Whenever.
came back and everyone was just quiet. I didn't know what the hell was happening.
Wisdom meal resume. Wisdom meal resume.
That's right. We are watching the commercial once again for the Light Party podcast. Now, that's on its own YouTube channel?
Yes, it's on its own everything. So Light Party Podcast on YouTube, Light Party _pod on X/Twitter, and then if you just search Light Party Podcast on Spotify, it will be there. So
right on.
Wait,
branding
so
is everywhere.
You said you're never going to talk about 14 on this podcast now?
Unless prompted.
Oh, okay. Yo, McDermott, you should make a Sonic podcast. I think
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
agree.
idea.
I agree.
Nope.
A Sonic podcast would actually, I think, do quite well, though.
It probably would.
It would be
nope.
like you and Fidel and Viram. If you guys,
Yeah,
So,
but
no,
then they would.
but
they would-
here's
then
but
they
here's
would
the
start
re- no
making
no
money, and
no
that's
no
not
no
what they
no.
want.
But
That's not what he
here's
wants,
no
you know?
here's the real thing, right? Is I'm gonna try to do this. I would get it would be me, Fidel, Viram, and Mike, right? But the issue is Fidel isn't gonna show up half the time. So what's the point?
Are you assuming that the other people would show up?
Viram and Mike will show up. If I set a time, they'll be there.
I'm just asking.
I adore that Fidel reacted on the other side of the fucking room.
It wasn't even here.
He couldn't even
Because I was in the kitchen catching strays, man. What the fuck?
What do you mean catching strays? Like you don't do this.
What's true, not that's true. That's true. I would not be consistent. That's why I don't have a podcast.
Well, our
Well, you
podcast
did
is not
for a
live.
little
We've
bit,
already.
but now you don't.
I did.
Our
I did.
podcast isn't live. We already recorded like 4 episodes, so we're like a month ahead.
That's pretty
Because-
amazing. So you guys are like pre-recording everything instead
Yeah,
of
it's
doing
crazy.
it.
It's like it's like if you just whatever. It's fine.
What? No, come
Nah,
on. Say what
anyway,
you said. Come on.
McDermott
no,
is also
no,
here.
No, come on. Go ahead. Say it.
The
Don't
show
poke
sucks.
out, bitch boy. Come on. Say it.
I already
Well,
just said the
just
show
move
sucks.
on, goddamn.
God damn.
All right. Well, speaking of things that moved on very quickly, Concord came and went. Literally, the game came out for 2 weeks. Nobody played it.
I think it came out and dropped between shows.
Yeah.
I think it literally did. I think
Yeah,
actually
we didn't do a show while it was live.
Wow, that's pretty insane. The fact that that's the case. So it was live for 12 days, and it's done. Did
You wanna know-
anybody play it before it came out?
No, but I can tell you a fun fact.
Let's hear it.
The Concord grapes have a longer shelf life than that game lasted.
Really? Concord grapes have a longer shelf life than Concord itself.
I can give you another fun fact.
Let's hear it.
You heard of the game Lollipop Chainsaw? The original game came out a good
Yes.
few years ago on like PS3 or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There was a re-release, funnily enough, of the game literally like a few days ago called Lollipop Chainsaw Repop.
Okay.
Of like no one
Fast remake
really heard of
ball.
it. But it got more peak players on Steam than Concord did.
Dang. Is it a good remaster or is it a bad
I
remaster?
hear it's
terrible.
really bad.
Bro, a bad remaster of that game got more than
Yep.
Concord. Wow. The one thing about this is that I'm not surprised that the game died as quickly as it did, just because I remember all of our visceral reactions to that reveal trailer during the State of Play, where literally all of us on the episode were like, yeah, that Guardians of the Galaxy looking game they spent 15 minutes talking about looks kind of boring. And that was it. And then the game came out, and then people were like, Sony didn't market it. It's like Sony literally made it the headline of its State of Play. That'd be like if Nintendo dropped Mario and Luigi bombed, right? And then they took it off store shelves in 12 days, and people were like, they didn't market it when it literally opened their last Nintendo Direct.
Do you
So
remember?
I don't understand that.
Because this reminds me of some like probably the worst gaming purchase I've ever made in terms of
And what is that?
longevity. Which is, do you remember a game called Evolve?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Which was
Evolve?
the
No,
PvP, like Left 4 Dead, but you play as
Yeah.
it like it was the what is it? It's called asymmetric
Asymmetric.
PvP, where it's like it's 4 people versus one monster, and the
monster,
monster is
yeah.
broken. Like, and they like fucking push that game to the moon. And I played it and it was fun. Within a month, that game died and had literally negative people on the server when it was a completely PvP based game and you couldn't find a game. They shut it down in like 2 months.
Dang. The only other one I remember being kind of like this, in which it was like, multiplayer and they were really hyping it up and then it just kind of died, was Anthem. But I think
Yeah.
Anthem survived longer than this did, and Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve lasted about 2 months. It sits in my Steam store and it's in my Steam library in its own category called regrets.
Can you still technically play it though?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's
I'm
done.
just surprised they didn't just bother going with free to play right off the bat and just they were so scared they just immediately pulled it and took everything down.
I
went on a giant tangent on the Chinatown, but I'm not going to do it again.
Well, I would say the issue with Sony is if they go free to play with this, it sets a precedence for all the other live service games they want to sell.
They've already set a precedent for live service games. That shit is ass. I'm so tired of live service games. Man.
Well, there's only one, I think, live service game that actually is like I think it's Helldivers. Like Helldivers actually is the most recent.
I mean,
modern success at a live service
they
game.
own Bungie,
That's like,
so Destiny.
Helldivers is free to play though, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
It's a $40, but it's a $40 game.
Yeah.
And it has battle passes that last forever. And that are
$40 is like the price point Sony wants to sell these games at for their live service catalog. But people didn't buy Concord.
People didn't buy it because no one wanted to.
Yep.
It just also looked kind of ugly. Like the character designs, everything about it just looked kind of generic.
People saying, "Oh, the marketing." It had nothing to do with the fucking marketing, man.
I agree. I don't think it had anything to do with the marketing. I think the game was just it didn't look good. And I think that's also the kind of weird thing about this entire situation is that people are trying to come up with like all the excuses as to why it failed when it's like sometimes games just aren't good and don't find their audience, and like it is what it is, and sometimes it's just not anything more than that. It's just that there's a lot of games.
Like it's happening so frequently now, and it's so obvious that like developers don't want to do this, and they're just being forced to do it because we gotta make money. Overwatch did well. All right, let's do Overwatch 8 years later.
But I think the other kind of weird thing about this, right? Because I guess starting this roller coaster that Sony's had this past 2 weeks, right? You had this massive fail with Concord that then turned into like this golden shining W for Astro Bot, right? Where Astro Bot came out, is a single player focused game, is full price, is, critically acclaimed. Everybody's loving it. Like a lot of us have been playing it, right? So like who here has actually played Astro Bot?
I've played it, and I would love to talk about how good this game is.
So talk about it, please. Let's have a whole conversation about Astro Bot.
I think it's a console seller. I really do. I really think that like it's that. I think there are very few games where when you play it on the PlayStation, specifically because it's there, you're like, I'm glad I bought a PlayStation. I think Rift Apart, Ratchet and Clank is like that.
Sure.
I think God of War Ragnarok is obviously like that.
The Spider-Man game, probably.
I actually don't think Spider-Man's like that.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I don't. I think the first Spider-Man is, but I don't think this one is. The second one is, because I do think the first one's better. But I absolutely think Astro Bot is it's reason to. It's a console seller to me. It's that good.
Wow.
Yeah, I beat it. I got everything in it. I adore that game. Like because I play like a shit ton of these platformers all the time, and I feel like they each have their own energy. This one really, really good. Like it's polished. It has unique ideas. Very fun. All the cameos are super good. I agree that if you bought a PS5 for this to be if you buy this game too, the PS5, it's perfect because like your PS5, you open it, and it has Astro's Playroom, and then you have Astro Bot. It's almost like 2 games in one if you get a PS5. And
That's
really
what's crazy.
enjoyed it.
When I bought my PS5, I was like, I played Astro's Playroom, and I loved it so much. And I was like, damn, they should really make more of this.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the sentiment that a lot of people had as well, and that's why this game's pretty successful right now.
What I didn't realize is that Astro's Playroom is not a VR game. For some reason, I thought
there's another one. Like, there is an Astro VR game.
There is a VR
right.
Astro.
But I thought the one that was like packed in with the PS5 was only playable in
so
VR.
Did you never play it?
No, so I had no idea that was even on my system. So now I've got that like all queued up on my PlayStation to like play it whenever I get a free because it sounds like it's going to be amazing if this first one was really good.
If you love 3D platformers, it's
and
so this game is the most like Mario, which is a really good comparison. Obviously, that's a good thing to be compared to. It's kind of like the way I described it is it has Galaxy's level design, but with 3D worlds like size, you know, like where the levels aren't too big, but the ideas are very Galaxy.
I also think the way that it constructs level progression feels more 3D World than Galaxy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Where, like, it introduces the level idea, and then it kind of evolves upon that idea throughout the level.
I've been saying it, like, I think it's almost like a little too heavy-handed sometimes with how inspired it is from 3D World.
I agree with you.
Like, I feel like if I took like a group of people and I quickly flashed images of an Astro Bot level and a 3D World level, people would struggle. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's actually like a really good new Sony platformer.
Yeah,
but I think if the
also
level design and go on.
Real quick, I think it's perfectly fine to take heavy inspiration from like quite literally the only like good, consistently good mainstream AAA platformer that's stood the test of time this whole time. It would be stupid not to.
One thing that comes to mind for me is there's a power up in Astro Bot where you have this like elephant on your back and you can create platforms with that power up. The first thing I immediately thought was Cloud Mario from Galaxy 2.
Bar for bar too.
Yeah, but they expand upon the concept in the fact that whereas with Cloud Mario, the only platforms you can make are the clouds, there are a greater variety of platforms and they have like different properties. So you go through this one level, you're making these like grass platforms that are very kind of normal, and then you make these honey platforms which are bouncy.
I just played this level actually.
Yeah, that level's fire.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that that makes me think that, you know, these developers, they very much know what they're doing in terms of taking the right sorts of inspiration and evolving upon it. I think with this game as well, for me, very, very rarely do I feel this, where I can go through a game and at almost no point feel frustrated towards the game about things that are like in the game.
Yeah, no.
It's just like whenever something goes wrong, it's always my fault. It never feels like it's the design of the levels or the controls or something not being transparent enough in communicating what it needs to. It's just an incredibly well put together game.
Yeah, I think like the one thing, if I was to do like my like two little issues I have, because it's one, I do wish you could like find like a little heart in the level that gives you an extra hit, because it does feel weird.
You're trash.
I'm not saying I'm bad. I'm just saying like I just feel like it would be, for a platformer, I feel like it breaks the pace to always get one shot. Even if there's a lot of checkpoints, I would rather at least.
There's a lot of checkpoints.
I would.
Like, there's a lot.
Yeah, I know, but it's like
that would. It would bother me more if the checkpoints were less abundant and just the process of dying and getting back into the level was slower. Because it doesn't waste your time with
there's
like
at least
any kind
5
of
checkpoints
screens.
in every level, at least.
Yeah. That's why I don't think it's like it's a small issue. I was like,
How quick?
There were sometimes.
How quick of a pace do you get back into the game if you die? Like, is it
basically
small?
immediately?
Within
like
5 seconds. Within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I wouldn't hate that. Ted. I think that's fine. Yeah. So long as the interim in between your lives is quick, then I don't think I'd have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not a big deal. Just there's some times where like I feel like all of the enemies kind of have the same function and way they kill, like they're electric or they like attack in like a way that they all do in the same, like it's either electricity or spikes. And so sometimes, they like, you just get hit and you die quick, but it's like I said, the checkpoints are small, are frequent, so it's not a big deal. But it's like, it's so polished. Yeah.
I think the thing for me, it's two things. Like, so like there are very few games that even now, because for multiple reasons, like that I can watch people who aren't good at games play, if that makes sense. Like,
Sure.
And I was with my friend. I was with my friend. She's over here, and she was playing one specific level. It's one of the, because they have these cool like things where it's like, because it's very self-referential, which I'll talk about in a second. But it's like everything's like triangle based, and it's like one of those challenge levels. After you beat the boss, you go back to these worlds, and you get like harder levels and stuff. And she was playing this. It's supposed to be one of the harder levels, and she played it for like 20, 25 minutes. And I was just like, keep going. Like watching you play it and get it is almost as enjoyable as me playing it. Like, and I think that's very difficult to do. because it makes it in a single player game. It almost makes it feel like it's multiplayer. And I think the biggest thing, at least for me, as someone who grew up mainly playing Sony consoles, is they make it a very big point that in the detail to make you nostalgic in a good way, not in like a grotesque way, but like like in a very like respectful. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but like in a very tasteful way.
Yeah, tasteful for sure.
Yeah, in a very tasteful way they do like, and I want to highlight one specifically that they do in this whatever. So you guys, so everyone understands. There's like a bunch of robots. Like the cutscene at the beginning is like literally like 30 seconds, where you're basically going around and finding all the robots that look like all the Sony IPs. But like you find them in places that are like really cool. So like there's like one level where you're just before you even get into the level, you just if you look slightly to the right, you'll see a bot dressed like Ellie just playing guitar. And like I hate that fucking game. But seeing the way that they show you these characters, and I just got to the part where you see Kratos, and I literally was marking out, like, because the way they present it, it's just like
my favorite one was mini spoiler, but who cares?
First world one. Don't spoil it. If it's that one, don't spoil it. If it's that end of first
it's
world.
not. It's no. It's not the end of the first world. It's just a different. It's a random level. So there's this level where you like help out this giant robot, and then you climb on the back of the giant robot. On the neck of this giant robot, you have a little robot that is Wanda cameo, the main protagonist of Shadow of the Colossus, just climbing on the back of the neck of the giant.
So they're not just all thrown in. Like it'll be like in the desert level, you'll find characters that like
journey guys or whatever.
Or like the Last of Us characters where you find Ellie. That's like a level where you're jumping on a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I love that.
Yeah, that's a very nice little touch. Like you go to the lava level, you'll find characters like that fit that theme. It's very clever because they could have just have it so that anyone's anywhere, but it's very cool that like you'll go to a space level and then you'll find like the kill zone guys, you know, like stuff like that where it's they'll try to fit them in places they make sense.
It's very. Again, it's like I think that is the word. It's very tasteful each way because it's like, no, like you could tell there's intentionality. They're not just like these like collectible guys. They're not just like because my problem sometimes, in a lot of Mario games where you have to run around and find stars is that they feel very much like they're just there because there's supposed to be a star here. Like they're just there to fill the space. Whereas here it feels like no, like you are going to find, you know, you're gonna find the Shadow of the Colossus guy on the back of a giant robot. Why would you not? Yeah, that's where he would be. And they never name any of these characters too, which I actually think is a small detail I really like. They do like these little like blurbs. Thing, they do like these blurbs where it's like instead of like the Joel one, it's like reliable smuggler.
Sure.
Yeah, some of them will have like a funny name
basically
too.
Where you have like all the different fruits and the things in Pikmin, the batteries or whatever they call different things.
Yeah.
And what's cool too is that you can tell just how much love they put into it. Because again, it could have just been the cameos, but what's cool is that you have a hub world, which first of all, when platformers have hub worlds, always a plus.
Always.
But you see it evolve, and what's cool about it is that so there's a little gacha machine in the hub world. And when you get each character's, so every Astro Bot you get has something you can get in the gacha machine that gives them a unique animation in the hub. So like I don't know, so basically, let's say you find because we already mentioned Joel and Ellie.
What's the first bot in the game? What's the first?
It's Ratchet.
It's Ratchet and
Clank.
Ratchet
No, you get Ratchet and Socket, whatever her name is.
You
get to rip the part.
I know.
You get the Lombaxes.
Yeah.
Those are like literally the first two you find.
Yeah. And so like if you get their gacha machine thing, when you hit them in the hub world, they get a unique animation. So like she'll go through a portal like in that game and she'll go out of it and she's like freaking out. And all the characters have like a fun reference to their game when you hit them after you get their like special gacha thing. It's like it's so cute. It's super good.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool how kind of how much they just take from the PlayStation history. Even
yes,
because obviously there's you're gonna see the main obvious ones. You know, your Ratchet, your God of War, your Uncharted, your Last of Us. But then one of the ones that really got me was they have a cameo of the main character of a little PS1 game in the late 90s / early 2000s called Vib Ribbon. And I was like no, like it's a game that I think it was re-released for PS3 later, but like I played that when I was a kid. I played the demo of it when I was a kid, and just seeing that come back, and even like the animation in the hub world was such a perfect little recreation of what that game was just like it was so heartwarming to see.
Is this a spoiler, by the way? I'm gonna put it in. I don't know if I should say this or not. Viram and Fidel, you tell me. Oh, never mind. Well, that's not spoiler, but what that looks like, because obviously he's there. Everyone knows he's in there. Everyone knows he's in there. He's obviously
and he comes so early.
Yeah. Okay. There's one real quick, which is because obviously they're all like Astro Bot forms, except when you find Crash Bandicoot, he's literally just Crash. There's
so that's
no
what I was gonna say.
Some of them
I saw the Ape
have
Escape
masks.
monkeys, Monkeys, Crash, and Spyro. It appeared to me looked like the characters, but all the other ones are like robot versions of
because they have like
masks,
like full head masks, basically,
or like a bodysuit.
Like the Mii fighters, essentially, where you have Mii fighters.
The Cuphead Mii, where it just looks like a Cuphead character.
Yeah, right.
There's another one. I'm not going to spoil this at all. End of the Fourth World, the level tied to that, the little Astro Bots you get from that are like a very unique, and very, very special.
It's cool too, because basically the rule for Astro Bots is that as long as the game had a history with PlayStation, it's there. It doesn't have to be just first party. So like, there's Capcom characters in there. There's
and I saw the Yakuza one that was in there. Yeah, for sure,
so like, as long as a game has history with PlayStation, they have it in there.
There's a mechanic I saw that I don't know it was a spoiler, so I don't want to bring it up. But when I saw it, it was pretty cool. I guess I can type it.
Gameplay mechanic.
I'll know right away if you shouldn't say it or not.
The few other like little cameos that I was seeing just on Twitter and things like that did kind of relate to what Viram was talking about too. And it made me want to play the game more. Like I saw the little Mr. Mosquito one where it's like the robot in the bathtub with the little mosquito robot, which is funny because that game literally just came on the PSN Plus or whatever. Yeah, exactly. They just re-added that game. Or
Speaking
like
of
I
which,
saw the go ahead.
Really quick, PlayStation Plus tomorrow, Plucky Squire.
Oh, that's right. Lucky Squire
does drop.
You can get it for free. That's right. That's right. No, the other one that I thought was really cute that I saw on Twitter was the Pomeranian from Tokyo Jungle. That they have the little Pomeranian dog in there, and they call him like the urban champion or something. It's just great.
Yeah, they do a lot of really cool shit. It's worth it.
The big one though, apparently that's excluded is Final Fantasy, right? There's not Final Fantasy.
No Square at all, which is crazy.
No Kingdom Hearts, no Final Fantasy, nothing like that.
Which is such a shame because like that is like a massive
part of PlayStation's
identity.
But that's weird because Square does have things in the game because I saw the Lara Croft one. And that's owned by Square.
No. Remember, they sold them. They sold their Western division.
All I know is they sold.
Remember, like a year ago, they sold their entire Western
it's
division.
It's all Embracer.
Because they're like, well, people don't like this
Embracer,
anymore. So.
Embracer doesn't even own like a quarter of the shit that they bought anymore either. They sold that off.
Dang. Well,
the reason why it's interesting is because Astro's Playroom, the one that came with it, has like Cloud's Buster Sword. Like, so they worked together before.
Right.
Maybe it's gonna be DLC, but also you know how Square is with their IPs. You know they'll charge 100%. Like $1 million to show one thing. So
the thing to me that
unfortunate,
just like seeing the conversation surrounding this and hearing you guys talk about how good it is and having everybody describe that it's like worth buying the PlayStation for, I really do think this is a prime opportunity for PlayStation to finally be like, we're going all in. This is our mascot now. You know what I mean? Because they had that.
They're definitely going all in on something, Roger.
They had that before with the little Toro and the little cats, right? Like the little cats that they had.
Yeah, and then Sackboy.
And then Sackboy and stuff they had for a little bit. But now I feel like Astro, full stop, is their mascot. And it does kind of lead me to believe that like at some point they will probably bring back like the PlayStation All-Star Smash Bros type thing, because now it's been proven that they can do that correctly.
Yeah, I think what's cool too is like I was saying that like it's very rare today, with how platformers sell a lot of times and stuff, that like the idea of having a new modern mascot 3D platformer is extremely rare. Like I can't tell you the last time maybe a platformer character became a mascot was like, I don't know, maybe Shovel Knight as the face of indies, or like again Sackboy. It's very rare that a new
it's probably Shovel Knight
platformers.
Yeah, I would say Shovel Knight more than Sackboy, because Sackboy was representative of like Little Big Planet, but even I would say like Little Big Planet had its moment in the first two, right? And then afterwards kind of just fell off, and then they released like the Sackboy game or whatever. But it definitely feels like Astro is now their
mascot
face.
little guy.
Yeah.
And it's cool because the cameos make it so that they could do funny side games too. Like there could easily be an Astro Kart, right? An Astro Party. Like I'd love if they did shit like that.
My thing is I'm just surprised it took Sony so long for like they're very like PlayStation 1 was very much on the back of platformers, and like for years they just haven't bothered. That's what's weird to me. But now they do one and it does so well for them.
That's a lot of these IPs, though. I feel like a lot of these IPs that people are so excited to see the cameos of are IPs that have been dead for literally decades in some of these cases. That I do wonder, like, if it's going to cause a refresh and make them rethink sort of which ones to bring back. Like, I know Sega has that whole initiative coming up now, right, where they're bringing back Crazy Taxi and Jet Set and all this other stuff. Obviously, Nintendo with things like Famicom Detective Club, they're pulling back into their back catalog.
You know what it is. I know what it is. You know what it is. We all know what it is. It's the same thing as movies. They need to use IPs to at least retain it.
Well, but it seems like, though, from what they've shown of Astro Bot, or like what I've seen of Astro Bot at least, that it's not just like they're like pooping it out to retain it. It's like they're actually lovingly crafting these interactions with these little cameos.
Obviously, because if it's that, if that's the same theme that you're going to be treating all of the other IPs in the game, you might as well, like, you're not going to lack in that department. You want to put as much work and love into all the IPs that you're going to be showing off in this game. Like, I don't even have a thing to compare it to, but yeah, I don't think they would half-ass it regardless if it's an IP that hasn't been seen in a long time.
Real fast, though. Did anyone else see that interview? I forget who at Sony said it, but they said that, but we at Sony, we don't have that many IPs.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that always kind of bugged me, because it's like, it's that thing
they have a lot.
It's not even like they have a lot. They have some of the most, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Parappa the Rappa,
Ape Escape.
Escape.
Like
Gravity Rush.
Like they have like Gravity Rush. They have beautiful. I mean, kind of beautiful.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. They have like we can like I can keep going. Like it's just like
Uncharted,
Infamous,
Medieval,
Journey.
Like what are we? Like what are we doing
this
here?
whole podcast? We could just name the IPs that they have.
And the thing is too, like it's not one of those. It's not like a niche. They have IPs that span the entirety of, like they have Isaac for horror for fucking Dead Space, and they have the whole fucking, like, you know what I mean? They have such a breadth.
Dead Space, but
you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they have a breadth of. They have Kratos, like Kratos is like, you know what I mean? It was like how
they have IPs to cover basically every genre.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, for sure.
So I don't know who said that. And what the context was in the interview, but yeah, whatever they're trying to use it as a crutch for was just very stupid.
Yeah. You know what else?
You know what's even more stupid?
No,
wait, hold on. Tito.
No, hold on. You know what else is stupid, Roger?
What else?
Thinking you're gonna hop on any version. Vera, talk to him. Any version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, not get hit by the Wazzler effect.
No, not the fucking Wazzler, bro.
The Wazzler's going stupid.
You better block the Wazzler before you even hop online, bro.
Wazzler. Y'all know about Wazzler Gate?
You're talking about how
not every
Jay Wong is
gate,
like
man.
entering every single, how he's entering like every single ranked and just destroying everybody.
You better run. You better run.
What's crazy?
The Wazzler is in these streets.
What's crazy is that he took his daughter's Switch, got a fresh account, no games.
Wait, what?
No games on the Switch. I saw that.
The Switch wasn't even fully charged. He just got fucking Capcom collections on it and started running to.
I did see that.
Justin Wong is
He
the
was
GOAT.
like
I don't
so
care.
excited, guys. Took his daughter's Switch and just started running it.
Shouts to Tokido, shouts to Daigo, shouts to Sonic. Justin Wong is the GOAT fighting game player of all time. I don't care.
The photo of him in front of the Switch with no games on it except for Marvel Fighting Collection and the little thumbs
The
up.
default Peach icon.
So
the
funny.
The Switch ain't even charged, but he's got the Ethernet port.
Yeah, right. He's got the Ethernet port on it. Right.
He's ready. He's ready.
He's just sitting there. He's like, can't wait to play. Oh, shut up, Justin. Justin Wong.
That's crazy.
He's the GOAT.
Actually, I'm glad you bring that up before we get into the big PS5 Pro discussion. Has anybody else been playing MVC Collection?
Yep.
Because I was playing a bunch of that past couple days. I streamed Marvel vs. Capcom 2, played through it. Coast, you said I was doing terribly, but I got through it. I got through it with my Servbot team, Servbot, Thanos, and Cammy. Made it to the ending, and then I switched to Cable for a little bit. What's everybody's teams? Let's hear everybody's teams.
I like
just Marvel 2
and MVC 2.
Okay.
I like Trombone, Jill, and Sakura.
I feel like we've done this.
Yo, lock him up. Trombone.
What? What's true? Trombone's fun.
Like you said, lock him up.
Trombone's cool.
Is it really pronounced trombone? I thought it was trombone.
Yeah.
Hold up. At least it's not
trombone? I
roll.
thought it was
At least it's
trombone.
not roll. You're good.
It could be roll. It could be roll. My team kind of sucks because I play and I didn't know that, but I don't care. I play Jin, Gambit, and then I play Hayato. I play 2 of the bottom 5 characters in the game.
Wait, is Gambit bottom 5?
No, I said 2.
Jin and Hayato.
Jin and Hayato are two of the bottom 5 characters in the fucking
Hayato's
game.
bottom 5?
Jin's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Jin's cool.
Jin is cool. I like Jin.
Jin's cool. That's why I play him on point because I want to see him do the big arm because that's cool. And then Hayato sucks. He just sucks. He's just so bad. But Gambit's good.
Hayato exudes the energy of a character that should be good. And then he's just not.
If they made MVC 2 now and put Hayato in, he'd be broken.
Probably.
He'd be Virgil. He'd just be so good.
Who else? What other teams? Are you playing this, Shofu?
Marvel Collection. Marvel 2.
We were talking about the Wazzler, bro. What you know about about Justin Wong? You're not trying to get your ass beat by Justin Wong?
Why would I want to get my ass beat by anybody?
Justin Wong.
I'm not playing that game.
You're playing Zenless Zone Zero, though. I see you with your level 80 Sokaku. Or level 60, excuse me.
Yeah, they don't
See his what?
Why the
that
fuck
is
would I have a level
mine.
60
That is
Sokaku,
my
man?
account. and
Why would I
not
waste?
his.
Why would I waste my fucking energy doing that?
Whoa, bro. You can't max her out unless you do it.
Why would I do that? Why do I need a maxed out Sokaku?
I want max damage from my Ellen.
You don't need to have it at level 60 to do that.
You need 3,000 attack to max her
You
out.
need 2,800, buddy.
Well,
Anyway, Viren, what team are you using, bro?
Yeah, right. Okay.
I haven't actually had the chance to play. But when I do get the chance to play, I want to use Storm, Gambit. I don't know who else.
You played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the first time with me.
That's right. We have a video on the YouTube channel of the two of you experiencing it for the first time.
With the worst controller of all time.
With the Dreamcast controller on my original hardware. That's right.
Actually, speaking of the hardware, I'm actually very impressed with this collection because every version of it runs well. Even the Switch version has four native frames input delay, which is honestly very solid. So there isn't a bad version.
Yeah,
of
I've been
game,
pretty happy with it.
I think there are some online issues with the Steam version right now.
Yeah, there are. People have
Is
been
it like a
reporting.
matchmaking issue or something?
I think so.
I think, yeah, all I saw was that there was just people reporting issues with it and that they're going to try working towards a patch for it.
Because I saw a couple things, like people were talking about the Juggernaut glitch. Apparently that's been fixed, right? Is that one of the things that people were discussing?
I would have no idea.
Okay.
I only saw one headline.
It just seemed like some people were talking about certain infinites that no longer work or certain characters that had glitches that were fixed or whatever. Some people in the chat are saying, yes, it was something that was fixed. Was the Juggernaut glitch then. But yeah, overall, I mean, I've been loving playing it on Switch. It's been great. I would not have noticed, whether or not.
Wait, what team are you running?
Servbot Cammy, and
fuck?
Cable or Thanos.
Cerebral, bro.
I love Cerebral.
So that's
Cerebral's
like
hands down my favorite character in the game. Yeah.
You remember
The
Roger's
Roger's
game
player
on
on every
multiplayer.
team.
He just likes that kind of character.
I do. I like those weird and wacky little bizarre characters.
I do think it's quite funny that if you just had like Cable, Cammy, Thanos, that's like a half decent team.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. But Cerebrot's got to be in there. One of those three is always cycling out. I mean, I could go if I want to do try hard mode, then I will do Cammy, Thanos, and Cable because I love all of them. You know, Cable whenever he screams "Get a job," I love that. It's just I forgot how good that game is. Like,
this is my first time playing it.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. And so, what do you think of it then?
It's not what I expected because I'm like all I know about MVC is MVC3. So like there is a little bit of a difference in gameplay. It's still very fun though. Like I'll definitely play it a lot more. I just got to get used to how you actually play the game because assists are like very prominent in that game, and I'm not used to like always having to have them out.
Sure.
The best advice that I ever got when I was playing MVC2 specifically is that if there is one character on your screen for more than 6 or 7 seconds, you're probably losing.
Yeah.
Like
I noticed after a while,
when you're learning
man.
the game, when you're learning the game specifically, obviously when you get back, you want to be more intentional about your assists. But like when you're learning the game, nah, bro, like just chuck.
I when I was streaming it, I was playing for like 30 minutes, and then I got matched up with this one guy who was playing. I forgot what he was playing, but I know that he had Spider-Man on his team, and Spider-Man assist was happening all the time, and I'm like, I was just like, bro, this guy's just spamming assist. Do I just gotta spam assist in this game?
Yeah.
You do.
Some assists actually are balanced and designed to be spammed.
I noticed when I started playing. Who was I playing? I play Cammy, Cyclops, and Rogue now, and I've just been going crazy with Cyclops assist now. So.
Oh yes, that's one of the best.
That's a good
in the game.
That's Scott Summers. Like
his assist, one of Psylocke's assists, one of Captain Commando's assists. Those are like some of the best
ones. Then you always have like Sentinel, and you have like I mean, there's a lot Doom, kind of.
The Doom rocks are supposed to be very good.
Doom rocks are good.
Yeah.
People, because the thing is, what happens a lot of time was people play MVC 3, the people play Marvel 3, and then they go back. Yes, Mango Sentinel. Yes, people then go back to play MVC 2, and they look at the same characters and like, oh, they don't play the same.
No,
they do not. They do not play the same. Which is,
I mean, the surrounding engine is very different as well. So.
Yeah, it's just
Well, the vibe of the game is different too. Like obviously MVC3 is great, but to me the aesthetic of 2, like the pixel art, also kind of looking half drawn, the weird backgrounds, the jazz soundtrack, like there's everything about it that makes it feel just like very both nostalgic and also futuristic to me, if that makes sense. Like me, I remember where I was as a kid playing this game for the first time in arcades and being like, oh, this looks mind-blowing. I love this giant roster. And then like now playing it today and being super nostalgic for those feelings that I had for it the first time. I don't know. I'm absolutely adoring it. And it's also really fun to play it and then go back to the older MVC games like Marvel vs. Street Fighter or like MVC 1.
Chilling with the Atom?
Some of these characters, they just straight up ripped right out of those other games.
Yep.
Like, I mean, their sprites and everything are just like, some of their animations, everything, it's just like right from the other one, which I think is kind of cool to go back and sort of get your history in that way. It's neat.
Yeah, it's Marvel 2 is definitely like a big asset rip in a lot of places. I think if I recall correctly, it's kind of funny looking back because from what I recall, a lot of the biggest fighting games or a lot of the most well-loved fighting games of the current era were not looked highly upon back in the day, at least initially. Like I think like with both Street Fighter 3 and Marvel 2, I remember hearing that there were a lot of complaints about those games initially before they became these like beloved games. Like Marvel 2, as I mentioned, a lot of people complained about them just reusing a lot of stuff. A lot of people didn't like the soundtrack initially because it was weird and it didn't feel like a typical fighting game soundtrack and just stuff like that. But obviously now all of it
That's
has kind of come together.
Yeah, for sure. Were there any other games of the collection you guys had a chance to try out? Like I played a little bit of.
I played X-Men. Yeah, I played X-Men Street Fighter. That was fun. I still have to try the Punisher. I'm probably gonna play that tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be fun. I would like to play that with somebody. I feel like it's.
I'm down. Wait, you're playing on Switch? Can we?
I'm playing
do that?
on Switch. Yeah, I think
if
so.
it's crossplay still.
I actually don't know if it's crossplay.
I don't think it is.
All right, then I guess we are not playing.
Dang, never mind. Well, it's just.
Well, you know what you can't play tomorrow?
What can we play tomorrow?
Final Fantasy 16 on PC.
That's right. That does officially come out tomorrow. That's right. The demo is actually currently available on Steam for that. So if you want to try that out, you can play that. Actually, I don't think it's just on Steam. I think it's also on the Epic Games Store.
It's on Epic, yeah.
It's on everything. So
I saw a headline that Yoshida said, for everyone playing tomorrow, please do not make lewd mods of the game. He specifically asked to not make suggestive mods.
That's going to happen immediately. Yeah, Clive is already naked.
Make it even more happen. It's going to happen even faster.
Absolutely.
Those nude Clive mods are going to go crazy.
That's exactly what they wanted to happen.
That's true. Reverse psychology?
Probably.
2 steps ahead.
That's right. You know who else is always 2 steps ahead?
Who?
He's lying. Whoever he says next is lying.
Nikocado
Emio.
avocado. Oh, never mind.
What the?
Wait, what? Are we going to talk about this? Nikocado avocado?
No, there's nothing to talk about.
But he did say that in the video.
P. Diddy got arrested?
Full flow.
Yeah.
Link source?
Here you go.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
cool.
no, we weren't talking about Nikocado avocado. We weren't talking about P. Diddy. We were actually talking about Emio, the smiling man, the serial killer who
P. Diddy
strangles
getting
people.
arrested is more important.
Than Emio? Haven't you played Emio, Steph?
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk to you about it because nobody else I know has played this, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, I didn't play it. I watched it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a visual novel. You could do the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to clarify.
But narratively.
Yeah, I watched like an hour of your stream. I want to get around to it, but I have too many visual novels to finish right now.
I will say it is very, very, very good. As somebody who enjoys the original 2 Famicom Detective Club games, they were recently remade. Obviously, this is a series that's been dormant for 20-something odd years. And Sakamoto, who's the guy...
this was an established IP?
Yes. Yeah, so... Famicom Detective Club came out in like the late 80s, early 90s and was super popular on NES and literally helped forge the way for stuff like Professor Layton and Ace Attorney. And so seeing this franchise actually come back and to have it come back in a big way with a brand new game and for the game to actually be good. And I would actually say the story in this one I feel is better than The Missing Heir, which was the first Famicom Detective Club game. So basically the TLDR for this is the first Famicom Detective Club game. You play as a character who's investigating a family that one by one is getting killed, and you're trying to find the murderer within the family. The second game, you're investigating a death at a middle school, or actually, no, it's a high school, excuse me, where a girl is found dead, and it's tied to another previous murder, and that game story... Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sure. And then the one after that, the newest one, like I said, focuses on a serial killer who kills young girls and then puts paper bags on their heads with a smiley face on it so that they can smile forever. And it's really dark and it feels very un-Nintendo-like, but the actual story itself and the characters I feel like are better fleshed out in this one than either of the other 2 games. And that's not to diminish the other 2. The other 2 are actually pretty solid, but this one I feel like is definitively like the best of the 3, especially... Oh, go ahead.
So do you have to play the other 2, or is it you can start out with?
And that's the other thing too, is I would recommend not playing the other 2. I would recommend if you are interested in this series at all, I would say play Emio first, and then if you like it and you like the minute-to-minute gameplay and like how you're solving the mystery and what kind of questions you're asking, then I would say go back and play The Girl Who Stands Behind. And I would say you don't even really need to play Missing Heir at this point, because a lot of the best story, unless you like really end up loving the series, but a lot of the best kind of story beats and character moments and stuff come from both Emio and Girl Who Stands Behind. But yeah, man, it is Very good.
I'm
Very,
interested.
very well done.
I need to rush through Tsukihime and then I'll play this.
Yeah, yeah, and it's relatively short. You can get through it in like 7-8 hours. I mean, I streamed it, and I think it was like 10. I streamed the first 10 hours, 10 chapters, excuse me, of the game. There's 12 chapters, and the first 10 chapters, I think, as I streamed them, took about 8 hours or something. And then the last 2 chapters happen, but then after the last 2 chapters, without getting into spoilers, basically it opens up like another third of the game, essentially, with like a pretty lengthy epilogue, sort of explaining like the backstory of the killer, and there's like a full anime cutscene. It's the production value is definitely there, and it's really good. And I'm seeing Lord Shasuke asking, can you lose in a visual novel? There are ways to lose certain interactions.
No, you can't lose.
Well, there are certain things that
the only way you can lose is if you soft lock yourself in a save.
I mean,
sure.
It could be.
Yeah,
it could be
if you stop, sure.
Is it a visual novel where it has bad routes, or is there just one route?
Well, there's without getting into spoilers, there's a definitive killer in this one. There's like a very clear story that they're telling in this one, which kind of makes it a little different from Girl Who Stands Behind and from Missing Air, where there obviously is also like a clear ending to both of those games, but the resolution at the end of it with both of the other ones is very it's dependent on your relationship with the girl that's from the game. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just looked at Shofi's chat. I just see sounds boring.
Oh, it's about dang. Well, to be fair, visual novels are not for everybody. So
yeah.
If you think it's boring, I completely understand. But I do think if you are an anime fan and you like a good story, I think you would enjoy Emio. And again, like Zeph, you've seen the whole game, right? Like, would you agree the story is pretty good?
Yeah. I just don't like the last bit.
When you're saying the last bit, do you mean the epilogue or do you mean the...
Yeah, I think the way that whole thing is handled isn't good.
Interesting. You don't like the anime cutscene?
I think it's cool, but like a whole bunch of stuff doesn't get answered. I don't know how to talk about this without...
A whole bunch of stuff, I'll answer it for you. A whole bunch of stuff in the main story does not get answered until the epilogue.
Yeah, and you don't play anything.
No. And that bit you're not playing through, like investigating. That part is told to you via, like I said, like an anime kind of cutscene. But it's well done, and the music is good, and the reveal with the logo, I think at the ending was also a pretty neat touch. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Emio the Smiling Man. You know what I wouldn't recommend though? I would not recommend spending $700 to buy a PS5 Pro. Is anybody here in this call planning on buying one?
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell no. Wait. Are you capping?
He's capping, bro.
I don't know if he's capping or not.
Why do you think I'm capping?
You don't touch your PS5, bro.
You don't even touch your PS5 now.
How the fuck do y'all know
that?
I know.
No. He could be playing Zenless Zone
Zero.
Zero. He could be playing ZZZ on PS5.
That's true. I'm playing
that shit on my PS5, bro. Why the fuck would I play a game that's on PC and console on any console? The fuck?
But it's your PS5. You need a good reason to play it. You play Guilty Gear on your PS5, don't you?
No, the fuck I don't.
No, he plays it on
What the fuck is this?
PC.
Did you not hear what I just said? I just said if I have the game on console and PC, I'm playing it on PC every time.
Do you have any PS5 games?
Of course I do, bro.
Name 2.
I have Spider-Man, and I have the other
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
So you have both Spider-Man games.
That's crazy, bro.
Right on.
That's my main reason I don't want it, because I own 6 PS5 games. I'm not paying $700 for that. Like, no, I'm good.
700 plus, like 80 for the disc drive.
Yep, and I gotta get a disc drive. So
that is also crazy. This thing is
you don't gotta get a disc drive
with an $80 disc drive.
I have all physical games.
And you have to buy the stands too.
I mean, I feel like if you're getting you should just get a PC at that point. If you're not getting the disc drive.
There's just absolutely no reason for that person. That's the bottom line. There's just no reason.
Yeah.
There might be a reason for it.
Name 4.
No. I'm not even. I'm not advocating for this. Relax. I'm just saying.
You can
Regardless,
apply, there's a slight
Motherfucker, let me get what I'm trying to say out, man.
Go ahead.
I'm saying, regardless if there was a justification
call him a
for it,
bitch too.
It's completely unnecessary. In this moment in time, there's no need to upgrade to that thing because my PS5 works just fine. Exactly. It don't look that much different. But
now
I'm just saying,
start developing just PS5 Pro games that run like shit on the PS5.
I will say the craziest thing about that entire PS5 Pro presentation was that the first game they use to showcase the PS5 is a PS4 game. I'm like, what?
No,
what?
that was. I think it's that presentation. I think genuinely was so bad because I'm sure the thing will help improve some games, but the games they show, I'm like, okay, bro, these are like 5-year-old games you've all beaten, and even then,
it's
like,
not even that.
I don't know, bro.
The way they presented it looked
your
like
only
a lot of
promotion
people.
is like, yeah.
Oh, finish.
Hello.
No, I was gonna say like I just looking the things they compared were so like minimal. It was like I really like the crowd, how it looks sharper on PS5 Pro, or like look at the zoom in on the scope. It looks sharper. I'm like, who is looking at that?
But it looks sharper though.
It's not even that though.
Sharper.
A lot of people that went to Twitter and were like, "Yo, if you compare them, they actually like it's so hard to tell." Like,
the one that actually stood out to me.
It's the same
I'm
shit
not somebody
as
who ever notices this kind of fidelity thing, but the one that stood out to me when people were showing examples was actually Rebirth, because when people were like, "Oh, Rebirth looks like shit," I'm like,
completely
what?
different.
I mean, it
I
literally
think if you're
looks
talking
better.
about the two images that were top and bottom, that was fake.
Oh, okay, good. That looked bad.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, that was fake. So it doesn't even matter.
That looked bad. But
so that was fake. Okay.
Fuck. What was I don't even remember what I was saying. Whatever.
There was one. There was like
legacy.
There was one with.
Hello? Do I have schizophrenia? What just happened?
I don't know. There was one with Spider-Man where it was like, look how much sharper this is, and all it was just the leaves on the tree looked slightly sharper.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're underestimating their own. Like, the PS5 looks perfectly fine. Like, it's not. I've never. Nobody has ever complained about. I mean, obviously, the whole thing was that the frame rate can be high as well as the graphics being good now. But I really don't think it's that
they're
deep.
so identical. Yeah,
they're not identical, bro. They're not identical.
They're not identical, but I think graphics mode and performance mode are not that different when you pick that to justify like this next machine like having it. Yeah, and I think that's like
that's what I was saying. It's literally the same shit as like the recent iPhone upgrades.
Well, that's exactly kind of how I'm looking at this now. I feel like as people were talking about this conversation on Twitter and on social media and stuff, the way I kind of see the game industry going outside of really just Nintendo, because Nintendo is kind of in their own thing with the Switch and you know, all their systems already being like old technology and stuff. It seems to me like that is the direction they're going for, right? Is like you could get a phone that's much cheaper than an iPhone that probably does certain things better than an iPhone, but the prestige of the iPhone brand, like Apple knows that they could charge a certain amount of money from people who are going to end up buying it regardless.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
The problem is you can't compare.
Yeah,
you can't compare a console to a phone that you have.
They drop the shit every year. There are improvements, but not a lot. But like, it's
right.
Like
but
I kind of
that's where it feels like these consoles are going, especially if there's not going to be disk drives and things, and we're moving, further away from that with digital only. I don't know, man.
The way I view it is that the reason they keep doing this is because it's been a business practice for 10 years now. And then when they first initially did it, it was very successful for them. And they were like, we can keep doing this with every console release and we'll print money.
Yeah, Sony always has a
second
version of their
At some point, the base console got to be good enough to not even need an upgrade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I also think this is, again, that this isn't their fault. This is just the market's fault. I think this is also
they dictate the market.
Anymore. They have no.
They dictate it. It's definitely it's on them.
If Xbox right now was crazy thriving. Yeah, if Xbox was thriving right now, they would have a reason to make a price that would compete with their competitor, right? Which they used to do. Like I remember, even for PS4, the price was going to be higher, but when they showed Xbox price, right before that conference, they changed it. And I remember just in general, like when you have to compete, you're going to make a price that's going to make your opponent, look bad or that you can compete with it. But because there isn't, well, they are the premium machine.
That doesn't make any sense, bro. What are you saying?
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying that because
there's no competition, they got to drop a $700 console.
Yes,
Where's
because there's no one to check them. There's basically someone can just be like, it's gonna be $700. You have to buy that, so you're not getting anything.
Yeah,
there is someone.
I get what you mean.
The people that check them, the people that check them is the general population, because there's already about 52 PS4 consoles in the households of people in the United States of America.
Sell out,
so
I think it'll
sell out because there's going to be 30
Yeah, they're not going to make that many.
I guarantee you go to the game store buy your house, that shit going to be in stock every time. I guarantee.
I don't know.
No, I do think it will sell out initially.
I do too. I think it's going to sell out initially because I think the people who want it are the people who are going to buy it regardless. It's not the people on this podcast, us complaining about it. It's the people who are like the hardcore Sony fans, the same way that people go and buy every version whenever there's like a special edition
that went
of
and
the
picked up
Switch.
Concord, right?
I just don't think it's the decision.
No. It's not even remotely the same thing. No, it's not. It's not even remotely the same thing as Concord. Concord is a single game that looked like shit, that everyone who even was a Sony fan was like, this game does not look good. There's plenty of Nintendo fans who eat up everything Nintendo does, myself included, right? Who saw Codename Steam a decade ago and was like, I'm not going to play that shit. That looks boring, and didn't play it. Like, there's always going to be a bomb game from a company that normally makes bangers. Whereas, like, I think with Sony specifically, which is why I think when Zeph brought up the Apple thing, I'm like, that makes complete sense. People who like Apple iPhones there's always going to be a demographic of people who every year, no matter what, even if there's not any major difference, are going to drop the $1,000 whatever and get the new model of the iPhone
Pro Max version.
Yeah, but the comparison, I don't
I'm
like
struggling
the
to see
comparison
the point where it's profitable for them, because it's not like they're selling Nintendo Switch numbers on the PS5. There's nothing to justify this existing.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen.
Player base is still on PS4.
Yeah,
that's also true.
What I'm saying is like, I'm not saying that consoles are the same as phones. I'm saying that they're going for the phone market style, where like every year there's like, okay, this year there's going to be the 16 and the 16 Pro Max.
It's not the same, bro.
I'm sure they're.
You really think Sony is going to start like yearly releasing consoles?
No. Hold up.
Not yearly.
I'm not
but I do think the life cycle of I totally get where Fidel's coming from, because I think the life cycle of consoles is getting longer. Even if you look at something like the Switch, there's no realm in which the landscape that the Switch has existed in would have existed 10 years prior to the Switch. Like that system would not happen. There would be systems every 3-4 years because technology was booming and things looked like vastly different to the common consumer. Now that's not who this Pro is for. This is not for the common consumer.
Yeah.
This is for the people who say that like Final Fantasy Rebirth is the ugliest game they've ever seen because a pixel is wrong on the screen.
I would argue that.
It's for the people that always want the toppest tier shiny thing, which again, your phone is the same thing. There are people that can, the new iPhone, we're at a point where all the phones are like, they're the same at this point, except the camera, you know? But there's always going to be the person that no matter what is like, I know, I just want the most premium iPhone. I want the Pro Max.
The culture is different. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. And even Apple is getting less. Even Apple's getting less sales as that keeps going on.
It's just been set up differently, bro. Like I can trade my phone and get fucking half off.
But the argument Fidel's trying to present is that it's just a market tradition that the companies are doing, where they have the ability to re-release it because they know a general consumer will buy it. Regardless of
course.
Somebody's gonna buy that shit. But the thing we're discussing is the price point. It's not that why are they doing it? It's the price point.
But the price point is, I mean, it's not even like this is the first time Sony has done this. Like historically, they've done with the $5.99 US during like the first PS3.
And the PS3 struggled until they changed that.
Right, but I think the difference is the landscape now, with this being a revisional system versus like the PS6, for example. If they had announced we're making the PS6, right, and that implies this is the next generation. This is where all our games are going to be made for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right? I think there would have been an even bigger pushback than the pushback you're seeing here. But I do think the general consumer might see that price tag, just like we're all seeing it and being like, that's absurd, who's going to buy this? But we're telling you, the people who are going to buy this are those hardcore Sony fans who just want the shiny new thing. And like the one thing I want to bring up is there were actually sales estimates that Sony put out there for what they're expecting for the PS5 Pro. And they had mentioned that they're expecting and anticipating selling 13 million of these, which, to put that in perspective, is the life cycle sales of the Wii U. They're expecting the Pro to sell as well as the... I actually think it could, which is crazy.
I think
I feel like we're going in circles. Like for
like, can I
I've heard the same thing like 4 times.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because like I could see the angle you're trying to take, like, oh, this is the new way they're going, but like it's not like they don't always do this. Every single version of a PlayStation console has a revision that comes out. All of them. But every time they do it in the past, they make the old one cheaper and the new one is around the same price as the old one. This is one of the first times where the new one is just $700 and they're not discontinuing lowering the PS5 price.
Okay,
but they're still selling PS5. But I think they're literally still on the market.
They still sell PS4s. They still sold PS3s. But like, they still made a new version, and the old one was made cheaper.
Okay,
right. But again, the difference is But we're talking about PS4 era and onwards, where after the PS4 was when they started introducing a Pro model. Right?
Bro.
Like the PS4 is the first time. No. PS4 is the first time we started seeing the Pro model.
Okay, yes, the
out,
Pros,
right?
but every time they do a Slim, the Slim is always more powerful than the original one.
Sure.
They just didn't call it Pro, but it was yes, it was. Yes, it was. No, every Slim was more powerful than the old ones. What are you talking about? They just didn't call it Pro, but every Slim model was basically a Pro upgrade. They just didn't call it that back then. But it's the same.
But I
guess what I'm saying is they market the Pro as like they market specifically the Pro as like a mega big upgrade. They're like, all right, this is a premium upgrade to your console, right? I like I said, I'm not justifying the price. I'm just saying they don't care that it's only gonna sell like 10 to 12 million units because they expect that. Like PS4 Pro sold 14 million units total. It was 14% of the PS4 sales total were PS4 Pros, and there was 14 million of us, and they were okay with that. They are doing it. They make it that absurd of a price because people are going to buy that, and they're okay with 10 million people buying that. It's not like, I think they could.
You're not looking for like a sales juggernaut to take over the original PS5. Exactly. It's that like they know what they can charge. They know that they're going to make money off of this thing regardless, and they're completely fine with, like you said, 14% of the people that play the games on their system playing it on this high-end
but
sort
again,
of like system.
My issue with compared to PS4 Pro is when the PS4 Pro launched, they made the PS4 $300 and the PS4 Pro 400. The launch price of the PS4.
No, that matters. But I get what you're saying, but they're not going to announce the price drop in the thing where they're announcing the new system.
My point. No. Okay, but you're not listening. My point is the PS4 Pro selling 14 million came in at the original price of the PS4. It was not way more expensive than the PS4 when it launched. It was the price of the PS4. Let's cut out the price drop.
More.
No, it wasn't. They dropped the PS4 to 300 and made the PS4 Pro 400.
You're talking about when the PS4 Pro replaced the original PS4.
Yes, the PS4 was 400. The PS4 Pro at launch was 400, and they made the PS4 300. My point is, they're making this 700. That's the big difference, is that this is way more expensive than what the PS5 was. If they drop the PS5 or not, this thing is way more expensive than that.
But what is that like? I don't get you bringing up the price of the PS5 in terms of their business practice. Like,
because like if the goal is to make a Pro model that you want people to buy, I get what you're saying. It's for like a higher tier consumer, whatever. Yeah, I personally think that's kind of like, I think that idea is it's kind of dumb. Yeah, people are going to see $700 and be turned off because that price is so high compared to what a PS5 is.
But it's like, but what I'm saying is like literally the day after that presentation, the $80 disc drive thing sold out. Like people are getting ready for that console. It's gonna sell out.
Yes, it's also gonna sell out because scalpers. But yes.
For sure. I mean, I'm sure it'll sell because scalpers too. But regardless, people are buying it. Sony doesn't care if people are scalping it when they're buying it or if they're buying it for themselves. Like they're buying it.
They know because it'll be bought.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Like,
they don't care how people are buying it.
I'm not saying it's fair or that it's right. Or I think it sucks. Like I said, I think it's also a result of, like I said, I think it's a result of them dictating the market, and they can test that if they want. And I think they don't care.
Yes, okay, but I agree with you, Fidel, but my point is, you're saying this as like, that's an excuse for Sony to do what they want. You should be mad at Sony for doing that because they're like,
I'm just not going to buy the console. Simple as that.
I'm mad is too extreme, but like it shouldn't be
doing it.
Yes, okay. Mad is too extreme. But like my point is, it shouldn't be like, oh well, they get to do this because Microsoft is a mess. It's like, no, you should still feel like this is kind of stupid.
Those are two separate points.
I'm saying sadly,
that's literally what he's saying.
I'm not saying like. I'm saying sadly they get to do that because they dictate they are the market owner. Like it's like they have no reason to put a price.
You're talking as if they dropped a brand new console that's $700, bro.
Yeah, it is a PS.
They didn't drop a brand new. It's not a PS6 for $1,000.
No, it's not.
The interesting thing to note, right, is I feel like this is sort of going to be a litmus test for them, in a lot of ways, in terms of pricing.
No.
Well, because look at what already.
The real litmus test is when Switch 2 drops. And seeing the comparative sales between that.
I'll tell you right now, though, the Switch 2 is going to outsell this thing 8-1, and it's going to be $400.
Okay, and then Sony's going to take a look at what they should do.
I don't think they will, because I feel like Sony is doing their own thing, and Nintendo's doing their own thing. Nintendo, I think the thing that Nintendo did this generation, which is smart, and which I think Xbox faltered on, which I feel like is strange, is that Xbox wanted to be both the budget system and the high-end system. They wanted to be both. They wanted to be the best deal on the market with Game Pass, but also wanted to be like where you play all the new high-end games, it's all in our system. They wanted to be both. Switch is the budget system. The PS5 is the high-end system. And in trying to cross both of those, when you look at the Xbox sales and you look at the future of Xbox, and you look also at the chat's going, Roger said it, leaking info, it's $400. I don't know anything. Know my Nintendo news story. Get this out of here. I don't know if it's 400. My assumption is it's going to be 400 based on the other pricing. With that being said, right, when you look at the Xbox and why I said I think this kind of dictates and gives us a glimpse of what the future is going to be, we know from that leak that came out last year, that massive Xbox leak, that their next system is going to be diskless. Their next mainline major system is going to, it like full stop, will be diskless. And if that is the case, and people are going out of their way and buying $700 PS5 Pros, that's all they need, because people can bitch and moan and complain online, but ultimately if they're not actually showing up with their wallets and they're not voting with their wallets on this and saying we're not going to spend this much for a system, we'll buy your extra $80 component and also pay the price for the system, then they know they can just get away with it. And then when you look into the next major generation with things like PS6, and again, I'm not saying any of this is good. I'm just saying this is where the market is trending to being more and more digital only as time goes on. When you're going to have like the PS6 in 4 or 5 years or whatever, that's going to be marginally more powerful than what this PS5 Pro is. And you get, if there is even going to be a next mainline Xbox, it's again going to be marginally more powerful. We are at a point of diminishing returns in which what the average consumer, not the pro consumer, not the person this is marketed at, but the average consumer, when they see a video game, things are not going to look as substantially mind-blowing generation to generation as they did prior. And that's simply because that's where we are in the industry, right? Like the average person, you could show a Super Nintendo game to an N64 game to a GameCube and very clearly be like, this is a generational leap. Whereas with the examples of stuff like, PS5 Pro running the 2 different versions of Last of Us, right? Like the average consumer might go, oh yeah, that looks slightly better, but not necessarily $700 better. And they're going to be more willing in terms of convenience to play a lot of these games, which are going to be developed with PS5 and Switch 2 and Xbox One in mind, because there's a marginal difference between. Oh, what did I say? I meant Series X. That's, excuse me. That shows how much I play my Xbox. Might as well be the Xbox One, exactly. These games are being developed to be closer to each other and just run better on different systems. And I do feel like people are going to look at the quote unquote budget system with the Switch 2 and be like, well, if the same games are available on both, sure, there's going to be people who are going to choose to play on the really high-end $700 console. But at that point, to those people, I would then argue, even though I'm going to be the same person who buys PS6 anyway, I would then argue, okay, well, why not just play it on PC with a PS5 controller? Which is how I play half of my games at this point anyway, because my PS5's in the other room. And I use it predominantly to do my dailies in the morning after I take my dog out and I watch Netflix. And to play the occasional Astro Bot or Spider-Man or whatever, right?
Okay,
but I think Sony's fine with that,
Wait.
right?
Before we go, in one more lap, change the topic after this.
Okay.
I got something to end it. I got something to end
No, I do too. It's a fucking it's something I can't say.
Okay, relax. I got something to end the show.
Oh, you can't say. What is it?
He's gonna say it, slur.
Oh no, please don't.
He's gonna say it.
Are we moving on from this? Because I can actually end the show.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a gun.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, all right.
Is it time for my bit?
Go ahead. It's time for your bit.
Go ahead, man.
Now, as you all know, I gave you all a Google form recently.
Oh, correct.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering what was going on with this.
Some of you filled it out, others didn't. That's okay. Shofu, I'm gonna need you to pull up the Discord stream right now.
Good.
I'd like to say I was on vacation, so I didn't look at anything.
That's fair. That's fine.
Completely fair, Aru. I like that she just avoided that entire PS5 conversation and just popped in to say I didn't fill out the forms. That's crazy.
I was also, the PS5 shit happened while I was on vacation. I opened Twitter, saw people yelling at each other, and then I immediately closed the app.
How does it feel to be away from How does it feel to be away from the vitriol and just
I was so happy.
have an enjoyable vacation? Where'd you go?
I was so happy. I went to Destin, Florida.
How was that?
There's no
It was very nice. It was very, very nice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I just swam on the beach.
It's time for the inaugural episode of the Japan Time Podcast Game Show.
Oh, okay.
Now,
this?
What is it? Well, it's a great question. We're going to be playing only today we're going to be playing one game, but the game show is going to be basically a smorgasbord of Mario Party games almost. I'm going to be your host. I need someone who's willing to play today's game.
I'll play.
Okay. Roger, you are the host for today.
Okay.
So, today, we will be playing Guess the Cast Member.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the rules of Guess the Cast Member?
I'm going to assume that you're going to give me information about a person.
Well, here's how it works. All right, Roger. Okay. You have been selected to guess another cast member on this show. What is going to happen is I'm going to give you clues in this slideshow.
Gotcha.
You'll be given one image at the start. Based off of that image, you can go and guess who you think it is, or you can ask for another guess.
Okay.
And you're given 3 guesses in total. You're going to get a point if you guess who the member is correctly, and with however many guesses you have left, you'll get an additional point. So if you guess it on the first try, you get 3 points in total because you have 2 guesses, 2 hints remaining, and you got the correct guess. If you get more than 12 points today, you get the secret prize.
What is the secret prize?
Well, you'll find out if you win it.
Okay. So I have to basically guess everybody on the first try.
Yes. And the category for today.
Okay.
Favorite video games.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to be giving you cast members' favorite video games. You just got to guess who it is. All right?
Okay.
First up, we got Harvest Moon 64.
Okay.
Would you like to take a guess here, or would you like another hint?
I think I can guess. I actually think I can guess.
Okay.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, I could also be completely wrong about this, but I am pretty sure the person who said they love Harvest Moon 64.
I would like to hold on here.
Okay.
You only get one guess.
So if I screw up on this first one, we're moving on to the next one.
Yes.
Oh. I still think I think I got it still.
Okay.
I think it's War Champ.
All right. You'll be guessing War Champ. So we have Harvest Moon 64. I'm going to show the other games that they have just so that everyone knows what their top 3s are.
Okay.
Warcraft 3.
Oh, bro, it's War Champ.
And Project M. We have indeed War Champ 7.
Easy,
4
bro.
points.
Easy.
4 points right off the bat.
That's to be fair though, that's an easy
3
one
points.
because I'm pretty sure he mentioned on an episode of the show that he loved Harvest Moon 64, and it was when we talked about. It was like when they added the NSO games. You know, they did like the NSO update for Harvest Moon 64. Good stuff. All right, I'll take that. Let's go.
Now, moving on to this next round, I'm going to give you a lifeline.
Okay.
Your one lifeline for the rest of this game is that you can ask another cast member what they think this current cast member is. Okay.
Okay.
So on to the next member. Here we go.
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, that could be a number of people. Fuck.
Dude, don't swear.
I'm trying to think. It's when you say don't swear.
Stop.
This is a Christian
That is
podcast.
hard. That could be a few
right.
people here.
This could actually be a few people.
Well, if it's a few people, then it's not even a 100% guaranteed answer. That's great.
That's why you might have to get another.
That's
hint.
why it's tough. Exactly. Why I might need to go to a lifeline. The thing is, I always forget. There's one cast member. I do actually think this one's hard because I think there was one cast member who mentioned that they hated Xenoblade Chronicles 2 but loved Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I feel like I'm mixing two people up in regards to how they feel about this game. I feel like Virum didn't like 2.
Okay.
But I also feel like I'm screwing that up with somebody else.
This is crazy.
I also
I have no idea what he said.
Can I
Fidel, where are you, man?
I think he's in the kitchen.
I'm
or something on his
outside.
phone. Oh, okay. He's outside.
Okay. Of
He's
course
over there.
he is.
Sorry, Roger. You saying?
Yeah, if I use the lifeline, does that count against my points?
What do you mean?
So basically, like, if I use the lifeline and ask somebody who I think this is, will I still get the points if I guess correctly on the first one? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I just said yes. You still get the point.
Okay, I can. I would like to ask Fidel. Fidel, who do you think this is?
All right, well, you fucked yourself over because I'm in the same camp as you.
Okay.
It's either...
That was a crazy pick.
That sucks then. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why you picked Fidel.
That was a fault because it's between two people. It's between Virum and Coast.
Okay.
Coast
So this is a 50-50 now for you.
It's between Virum and Coast.
Between Virum and Coast?
Yeah, I think Coast loves Xenoblade 2. I'm pretty sure he does.
I actually feel the same way. I think it is Coast. But Coast, I
think
remember
it's
Coast. Coast, am I allowed to ask you a question?
No, you cannot ask me a question.
I was going to be like, because you love Xenoblade 3. I know you love Xenoblade 3.
I cannot say anything.
He loves 2. He definitely loves 2.
No, he definitely was making fun of me.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds here.
Okay.
Good luck.
4.
You can get another
3,
game.
2.
I know.
Coast.
Virum
I'm saying
loves 3
Coast.
the
I'm
most.
saying
Okay,
Coast.
you're not asking for it. You're just going to go for the 3-pointers here.
I'm going to go for the
ask
3-pointer.
Okay, so Roger thinks it's Coast, so I'll show you the other games. Xenoblade 2.
Mirror's Edge. Show me Mirror's Edge.
Shadowbringers.
Show me Mirror's Edge. Oh, shit.
And Grand Blue Fantasy. This is Virum.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
So the person who did
So annoyed that you thought I didn't like 2.
Yeah.
I adore 2. I have more time in 2 than anyone in this call.
it was Chris.
thought-
It was Chris who
I
did
don't
not
know.
like 2. It was
don't know.
Chris.
It was
Virum.
Chris. God, it was Chris. It was Chris.
All right.
Hey, see, had I seen Shadowbringers, then I probably would have been like, oh shit. Okay,
Exactly,
there you go.
that's
I saw 2 and I saw
Yeah,
Xenoblade
yeah.
2 and immediately it was Veer.
That's why you need
I knew it
to
was either Virum or Coast. Fuck.
All right, next
Dang.
round.
We screwed up. All right,
Super Mario 64.
Zeph next. Zeph.
And
Yeah,
it's Zeph.
Yeah,
It is
100%.
Zeph. All
Yeah,
right,
easy.
that's 3 points for you.
Yeah,
3 points
easy.
for you right off the bat. All right, here we go. Next
Easy,
one.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I knew it the second I saw Mario 64.
Multiverses.
Oh, shit.
There's no fucking way.
This is a troll answer. This is for sure a troll answer.
This
There's
is the
no
fuck
way.
as this is their
There's
favorite
multiverse.
game
This
of
is
all
the answer
time.
they gave me. Okay.
This has got to be the bro.
Tito is such a liar.
Tito only motherfucker I know that even likes this game at all.
He is such a liar. I'm going with Tito.
Okay,
he's a liar.
Your final answer is Tito?
I mean, the only other person I think it could be is Mike. So if you go like ding ding, and I end up here, if I see like Five Nights at Freddy's, then it's gonna be Mike.
He might.
Okay, so you're going with Tito.
It's Tito.
Okay, yeah. I'll show the rest of the game. So multiverse.
Uh-huh.
Madden 24.
What kind of bullshit is this, man?
Shaq Fu. This is actually LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Come on.
Now, I'm going to inform you now, not all of these will be cast members. There will be some toss-ups.
Wait.
You said cast members.
You said cast member.
I'm telling you now, there will be toss-ups now. So
but you said guess
what the fuck is going on?
This was a trick question. This was a trick question.
Did LeBron James go on the record before and say I like Shaq Fu and Madden?
Yes, he actually did. Yes, he actually did.
What?
Yeah. And I just put multiverses because he was
right because he's in it. Obviously,
yeah.
He's in the game. Yeah, of course.
All right.
What? Okay.
Next one.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
That's me.
You're going with you.
Yeah, that's me.
Final answer?
The other two are probably going to be Chrono Trigger and Super Metroid, and I think you knew that this was going to be me, and this would throw me off by putting Smash first. Because I remember how I answered this. I answered it Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, Smash.
So you're going with you.
I think you're tricking me. I think it's me. Yeah.
Okay. Next game, World of Warcraft.
Oh, nope. That definitely not me.
Wow. It was McDarrett.
Wow. Dang. Dang. I was so certain.
You're sitting at 6 points, though. You're sitting at 6 points.
How many more of these do I have?
You just need 6 more. For this, I think there's like
6 more. Oh, I'm good.
No. I think you have 6 points, but I think there's 7 slides left.
Jesus.
7 slides. So I have 3 more.
No. You need 6 points to win the prize, but you have 7 more slides.
Okay.
Anyway, next game.
Okay.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Screw you, man. I know.
Remember, you were on a Smash Bros. podcast.
All right, show me the next one. Just show me the second game.
Super Metroid.
Yes, me. That's me.
Okay,
I knew.
you.
I know. Oh,
you
man.
get 2 points on this one.
I knew you.
Did you know Roger was gonna play?
No, I was just gonna ask whoever wanted to play would do this.
This seems rigged.
I'm telling you, there's a section of this that's gonna get really hard. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, it's gonna be anybody. Yeah, okay.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh my god.
This is insane.
Okay. There's 3 people who put Ultimate on their top 3 favorite games of all time.
As you can assume, there might be more.
I mean, it's a Smash podcast. I understand.
But this one 3 times.
3 times.
And I'd like you also have to remember there are trick questions.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling in this moment. Not that I'm gonna make the guess because I think I might have to go to the next one, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling in this moment. I think the next 4 slides are all gonna start with Smash Brothers, and I think these are gonna start getting into trick questions. Like you're gonna show me like Looney Tunes Sports Festival, and it's gonna be like Lola Bunny or something, or it's gonna be like you interviewed Purebred Doge, and you're gonna have a picture of Obama or something.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be something like that. I know in my bone.
Okay.
I know it's.
So would you like to guess here, or would you like another hint?
Give me another hint.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Dude,
this could be anyone, man. This is like
this could be anyone on Earth.
Third hit there.
Yeah, give me that third hit.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Part of me thinks this is Fidel, but also I don't remember Fidel liking Tears of the Kingdom as much, and Fidel not having a Sonic game on here is the most cap of cap. So I think.
Do you still have a lifeline?
No, you do not have a lifeline. I will tell you when your lifeline
I would ask
comes
McDareth.
back.
I would ask McDareth.
I would tell you when your lifeline comes back.
Tears of the Kingdom, Smash Ultimate, and Dragon Ball Fighters. Again, I don't think it's Fidel. It's not Fidel. I know it's not Fidel because there's no Sonic.
So after he says his guess, can I guess?
No.
Even if it doesn't count for points, he can't guess?
Yeah, because I know he knows.
You know this? You know the answer to this?
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, and you could have saved your lifeline for it, but... I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
Give me 10 seconds. Okay, start the clock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me a guess right now.
Mike, I don't know.
I can't believe you did your boy Ricky cocaine
That's
like that.
That's
Okay,
100%
here's
Ricky.
how. Wait, no. It's not. Let me explain why it's not. All right.
Wait. Hold on. Is Mike even an option?
Mike is an option.
Mike is an option for sure.
I just wasn't sure because he's not around, so I didn't.
No. He's an option. I'm going to tell you why this is the most cap of cap. Okay. First off,
just put whatever
Ricky has never played, nor do I think he will ever play Tears of the Kingdom. He's never played it.
Oh, doesn't even have a Switch, bro. He's broke.
Secondly, he's straight up lying if he says Dragon Ball FighterZ is his favorite. I know what his favorite Dragon Ball game is. His favorite Dragon Ball game, which he's gone on record saying, is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. He has said this on multiple occasions. I know that. Now, I might believe Smash, but he straight up lied with Dragon Ball FighterZ, and he straight up lied with Tears of the Kingdom.
All I gotta say is you gotta hold the L, all right?
I'll hold the L,
He
but
filled
I'm
out the
saying
form
he
with his
lied.
updated answers, you gotta hold the L.
He lied.
Next round.
Okay.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Okay, show me number two. Show me number two.
You know, I think
Mario Odyssey.
Led Live is very
easy bake ass answers, bro.
Mario Odyssey?
Mario Cards.
Hard.
Mario Odyssey.
I do think this could be Fidel. Because I think the third one's going to be Sonic. I'm going to go with Fidel on this one.
And you are correct. Sonic Mania was his last answer. It was Fidel.
I don't know another person who loves Odyssey as much as Fidel loves Odyssey.
So you're at 10 points now.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna go on to the next one.
So how many more of these do I have?
A handful more. Halo.
So even if okay. Oh, this might be you actually. Unless it's a trick. Show me the second one.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I was gonna say you.
Okay.
Now my brain is farting because I feel like I know your games. I feel like there would have been a Xenoblade on there and a Mirror's Edge game for you.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it would have been Halo, Mirror's Edge, and well, just show me the third one and then I'll know.
Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Oh, it's definitely not you. Okay. It's not you.
Roger.
I will say this person has been on the podcast. I will give you this.
So this could be Mike then, I think. The only thing is, again, I feel like Mike would have thrown
Wait. They have been on the podcast or not?
They've been on the podcast.
So who's up for grabs here? Is that literally anybody that is?
I think it could be. We could do EE. We could do D1. We could do. It could be anybody.
No. I need who is a possible answer before I answer.
They have been on the podcast. That's it.
Bro,
Scoot or Chris or Chizzy?
That's so vague.
Okay, that's the only hint I'm giving you.
But you said the actual cast, bro.
Like when you say anybody who's ever been on the show.
Not anybody that's been on the show. What is LeBron James?
LeBron James has not been on the show. Man. Someone who's been on the show?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Kobe because he didn't have a Sonic game. It wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be Scoot or Chris. Well.
Dude. Bruh.
It could be anyone.
You're saying bruh as if like this is an obvious one. I don't think this one's obvious.
All right.
He's been on the show.
He's been on the show.
It's not Shizzy.
I'm gonna give you 10 seconds again.
Coney hasn't been on the show. Chat's saying it's Coney. Coney hasn't been on the show.
8, 7.
Does he only get one lifeline per?
5, 4.
I only get one.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I have to give an answer.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go with Snark.
The answer, actually, because McDareth felt so confident. Do you think the answer is?
Yeah, let's hear it, McDareth.
I think it's Mike.
Okay,
I could just be wrong, but I
okay.
This lineup,
both
I would
of you
pick
are
Mike.
wrong. It's actually Reggie Fils-Aimé who was on the podcast.
Okay, this is cap. No.
That is ridiculous. That's even an answer.
This is cap. I know. No. I know Reggie. I know Reggie. I know one of his 3 favorite games, and I know.
Yada.
Hey, go back. No. I'll give you the name of the game. Dragon Quest IX, Sentinel of the Starry Skies. I guarantee you would have been in his top 3 alongside New Leaf. I'll buy New Leaf. but I don't buy the other two.
Yeah.
Look, man, unless it's purely for a joke, you can't. There has to be a possibility.
This is ridiculous, right?
Bro, he has 10 points. This game is easy. Don't worry.
Okay. I have a couple. So I got a handful more. I'm
next
good.
one.
Let's see. Okay.
Next one.
Okay.
Oh, that's Reggie again. My bad.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Show me a second one. Second one. Let's go.
Fuck, dude.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm gonna fucking flip
I hate you
out.
so much. I hate you. I hate you.
You want the third one?
I'm gonna freak out, dude.
Wait, just wait. Give me a sec.
Wait, if he needs all 3 games to get the answer, he doesn't get any points, right? Or does he get
I
one?
get 1 point. I get 1 point.
can
Show me
get
the
it
third.
wrong.
Obviously, show me the third. Overwatch.
Insane.
Bobby Kotick. Final answer.
That's your Bobby Kotick, your final answer?
Yep.
It's fucking Mike. What are you
So
doing?
that one was actually Mike. Yeah. I saw Overwatch. I was like, well, that actually could be Mike.
Overwatch. That's why I thought it was.
Bro,
I didn't even know Mike played Overwatch like that.
He loves Overwatch. Yeah.
Anyways.
Where's Five Nights at Freddy's for Mike though? Again,
That's
I'm
like
surprised
poking
that
for
he
me.
didn't actually put it.
He
Yeah,
probably
he-
really
yeah,
likes it, but
I
it's
feel
not
like-
in his top 3.
Oh, by the way,
I feel
sorry. Correction. Mike said Tears of the King or Breath of the Wild. should be
Breath of the
there.
Wild.
Yeah,
Okay,
my bad,
not
my
Tears
bad.
of the Kingdom. I got you.
My bad,
Okay.
my bad. All right, next one.
How many more, please?
Why does everyone like
I
the
think this
same
is I think
shit?
this is the last one.
Oh shit!
So you have
I
to get this
it
right.
in 2. I have to get it in 2. Is when I
Yeah.
have to get to it. Yeah. Okay.
All right, ready?
It's Smash Brothers. I already know.
Halo 3.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not going to harm me to just see the second one then. So go ahead, because I know who this is.
Wind Waker.
This is you.
And Final Fantasy 9.
Yep, it's
It
you.
is me.
12
All
points,
right.
baby.
So you have 12 points. Now. Oh, sorry. There's one more person left. My bad.
Oh, let's go. Get bonus points. Let's go.
Final
Also,
Fantasy
no
14.
Golden Sun?
No, not my top 3. Not even in my top
Oh.
5 Golden Sun. No.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is Tito.
And you are right. It is
Yeah, correct.
Tito. You got 15 points. Now,
All right.
that is the end of the game. Your prize. You want to know what your prize is?
I'm worried, but okay.
With 15 points, tonight you are taking home an empty Wii U game case. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
I will be
Are you
sending that
actually
your
going to
way.
ship me?
I will be sending that your way.
Ship me a Wii U game case.
I
That's
will be
amazing,
sending you that.
actually.
And
That's gonna make
yeah,
for good content.
next
Thank you very
show,
much.
we will be doing this again with another contestant and another entirely.
It's gonna be bullshit.
Yes, it's 100% going to be bullshit.
I gotta say, I am proud of myself. There were a couple things I did screw up with Virum though. I think I should have known.
Bro,
Virum.
you screwed up with Mike.
No, but Mike, when you do Smash and Zelda, I feel like those are all classic, obviously very good games. But when I think Mike, I don't think of those 2 games. Overwatch, I think, was the closest one that should have been the hint. But if you would have asked me Mike's, I would have said for Mike, Overwatch, Five Nights at Freddy's, and then I would have said like a Kirby game, probably. I would have given one of the Kirby games.
Okay, well, go discuss that with Mike then, because I'm not.
Balan Wonderworld or whatever. What was the? But I would have said a Kirby game for sure. The one I knew right away. As soon as I said Mario 64, I knew that was going to be Zeph. And I knew you weren't going to lead with Mario RPG for him, so that was obvious.
And I don't know if you didn't notice, but there were podcast members that weren't on it, so there will be times where you won't have everyone.
Yeah,
so
there
really
was no
gotta think
Aru,
about it.
there was no Shofu. I feel like there was some no Wisdom
Aru
Eel.
said that she couldn't fill it because she was.
That's
on
right.
vacation.
That's right.
I'm
Well,
saying
sorry.
that.
But yeah, next show I will have another one ready. I have actually like 10 of those ready to go. So if we ever need content, there you go.
Amazing.
We love
That was
content.
well done, Coast. Can we get a round of applause for Coast? That was actually very well done. That was well put together. Very, very well done. Good
job,
work, Coast. Thank you very much. Good work. That was great. Well, I think that's the perfect place to end the show. However, before we leave, we do have, in the style of Nintendo, one more thing. Now, Fidel.
He's gone.
Yes.
Oh,
and
he's
me
here.
and Aru.
Yes, sir.
In between now and the next show, there is a thing happening called Tokyo Game Show, right? Now, is there potential, maybe, for some Japan Time at Tokyo Game Show content, maybe, in the near future, amidst certain people's vacations?
Wait, are you going to TGS, Roger? I thought you weren't.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who knows? We'll have to discuss it off
He's
camera.
going because they're inviting him to the private Switch 2 reveal presentation.
Yes, sir.
Do not do that. Okay, don't tell My Nintendo News that. Don't tell Reddit that. Don't do any of that.
I'm sending them the clip right now.
No, do it. It's not true. It's not true. I wish it was true. It's not true. They did not show me the Switch 2. I don't know.
Roger told me they're launching DS with it.
They didn't say anything.
That's right. It has 5 screens.
It's not true. I don't know anything about the Switch 2. I don't know when the Switch 2 is coming out. I don't know the price point for the Switch 2. They haven't told me anything.
They told me everything.
Wisdom, send what you sent me to Shofu, and we'll wrap the show.
Miyamoto himself told him.
Because that's I don't know me. I've never met Miyamoto.
Hey,
I don't know
I'm
what
just
Miyamoto
saying.
likes.
I'm just saying, if Roger knows what Reggie's favorite games are, I think he knows when the Switch 2 is dropping.
But that's different. Reggie, he's mentioned that on multiple occasions.
And Nintendo's mentioned to you when the Switch 2 is dropping.
He did not. Reggie doesn't even work for them anymore. We're mutuals. He doesn't work for me anymore.
We all know that's a farce.
If I live DM Reggie right now, if I go on my Twitter and live DM him, I'm like, what do you know about the Switch 2? He doesn't know anything.
Add him in the call.
I'm not going to add Reggie to the call.
Okay, so that means he knows.
It doesn't mean it.
I sent show for the proof.
You're stuttering a lot, dude. For someone that doesn't know about the Switch 2.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the Switch 2. And I saw all right. I don't know anything about
You're going to be okay, man. You're going to be okay, man.
And I just need people to understand that I don't know nothing about nobody.
We do. I think you do. I don't know.
Why do you think I do? Why are you doing this to me?
Because you showed me images of it.
Bro, of the Switch 2. I showed you images of the Switch. What does it look like? What's the Switch 2 look like?
Of the invitation.
Of the invitation.
Switch 2 is gonna be red.
You think I got a physical Sakurai invitation to the Switch 2
Yes.
to be? Yes. Sakurai sent me. What else was on the invitation?
Dude, he's trying to make me sound crazy. This is fucked up.
All I'm saying is
they're gonna launch Mario Odyssey 2 for the Switch 2.
Roger gave me one Discord message that said September 24th, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. That's all.
I'm literally not even gonna be here if it's September 24th.
Then why'd you send me that message?
I didn't send you that message.
It's just weird because you told Ara.
So you're telling other
I don't
remaking what? Smash 64. I wish they were remaking.
What about one thing you sent me too?
What did I send you? What Wisdom? How are you even in on this? You're a guest. What did I send you? What kind of link did I send you?
Wisdom.
This is crazy. All right. Well,
goodbye, everyone.
Iwata gave me a vision.
Iwata gave you. Oh, okay. All right. We're ending it here. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of Japan Time. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thank you to Coach for making that game show. Thank you to Shofu for hosting it and putting up with it. Thank you to all the listeners for putting up with that PS5 Pro discussion. Go watch the new video from the One Piece Cafe. Go listen to the Light Party podcast. Have a good evening. And the next time we talk to you, maybe we'll know about the Switch 2. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.